閉じたら落ちてくガラスの迷路ひび割れた声まだ消えないまま藤た記憶誰かの夢にすり替わる名前さえ今奪われてく聞こえるか胸の奥できしむ鎖の叫び逃げないで選ぶんだ自分だけの芯を一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやく嘘切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られたスターに君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えてゆけ黒いタイピン運命にコードが刺さる笑うシステム感情を食らう震えた指でログアウト先を探してるでも君の手が確かにここにある忘れるな偽物でも選ぶ痛みはリアル奪えない願いだけが最後のパスワード一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやく嘘切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られた明日に君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えていけ必殺君の声で暗いスクリプトを壊して一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を更新してく挟むく影抱きしめながら傷ついても夢を離すな一つ操られた未来君と一緒に飛び越えて交差してくストーリー今始まりに帰ろう
Look at you beautiful bastards. Look at you beautiful bastards in here, man. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live, we are live, we are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, boys, you got to bring it in. Listen, what a busy day today has been, boys. It's a busy, busy, busy day. But you know what? We started 30 minutes late, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still going to hang out. We're not going to call out today. We don't do that. Okay, that's not true. We do that sometimes, but we're not going to do that today, boys. We're going to hang out, and we're going to have a great time. And considering that it is Friday, you need to get in here right now and stop denying the hugs, okay? I understand everybody's angry over what happened in the waifu battle before. I get it, but you need to get in here. We need to hug it out. It's a beautiful Friday. It's glorious outside. Listen very closely. It's not Final Monday. Stop lying. It's not Fifth Monday. Stop lying. Guys, if you are watching over on YouTube, like the stream.
Dave, one of the mods thinks Mondays are great.
Did you seriously couldn't wait till I was done with the intro? You couldn't wait? Frozen Dark? If you guys are watching over on YouTube, like...
So, Hypno, you was busy laying pipe you forgot to stream? Come here, big boy, slow calp.
Don't do it.
Slow calp.
Oh.
Slow calp. Mwahaha.
Okay, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. Like the stream. Cap the Killer Guns, thank you for the 5. Frozen Dark, thank you for the 5. Guys, like the stream. If you're watching over on Rumble, like the stream. Do it. Do it right now. And if you guys are watching anywhere else, that is literally impossible, and you're probably complaining about the TTS.
You are gay!
You already know what it is, boys. Guys, can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking? What are we checking today? Guys, man. Where do I even begin? I mean, the revelation, it's actually kind of amazing, really, because Xbox just announced that they're, increasing their consoles like another $100 to $150 or whatever. And now we got even more information that hardware is at an all-time low. Hardware is at an all-time low. For Xbox, it's the lowest that it's ever been, I think, in history. And yet they're still raising the price. That's insane. Have I heard from Kata? Yes, of course I have. Why? Why do you ask? It's absolutely insane, man. What's happening out there, boys? Heat wave in Europe check? Oh, shit. Oh, man, you guys are getting fried. Don't you guys, not believe in air conditioners or something like that? Xbox is X sloppy toppy? What the fuck? That's insane. That's insane. What does that even mean? Hypnotic's RAM depth check? Why are you checking the depth of my RAM? Sheepsidian check? He's okay. He's fine. I'm blasted. Cheers. Hypnotic have 2 portable ones? Nice. Be nice to me tonight, check? Oh, Sonia's by herself. That means she's counting all super chats on her own. On her own. Bruce Fields says, yeah, where was New Blackstreet tonight? You know what's crazy? So I know the answer to that. But the fact that you don't know the answer to that shows exactly why it's unfortunate what happens
PlayStation
to
and Xbox
YouTubers.
destroyed a gasp Quantic Dream strike.
The
Oh
narrator
boy.
speaking.
Tim Sweeney coping and probably seething. Will Chewy sell Hypno Body Pillow?
Oh my God.
Find out
That's
on
not true.
Hypnocast tonight.
That's not true. Can you stop talking? Can we stop talking about the pillow? Can we stop talking about the pillow? The pillow doesn't exist. It's not real. It's not real. Thank you, narrator, for the 10. I appreciate that. Boys, listen. Ironic that you don't know what's happened to New Blackstreet. So, New Blackstreet, because they are currently banned on YouTube, they are unable to tell you that they are banned on YouTube. That's kind of like the downside to being banned on YouTube. They can't actually make a post or anything. So they are currently Rumble exclusive right now. They're streaming over on Rumble by themselves right now. So that's where New Blackstreet is at right now. They are banned on YouTube for 7 days because well, I guess YouTube's AI didn't like what they had to say about black people. Man, it's amazing how most of you don't even know it's happening. Most of you have no idea. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Will SNH be Rumble only tomorrow? No, SNH will be everywhere tomorrow, which unfortunately means, and this is the sad news that I was going to save for later today, but you know what? Let's just get it over with. Let's just get it over with, boys. Let's zoom in for this one. You guys ready for the sadness? You guys ready for this? So because New Blackstreet is currently banned on YouTube, we cannot host them on SNH tomorrow. That's right, boys. We cannot have the we cannot have them on SNH tomorrow, unfortunately. Anybody who knows how
Hypno,
knows how
why
YouTube
won't you
is.
buy chat figure? It's only $1,400.
All
Rolling
right.
on the floor laughing emoji.
I know. It's crazy. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, we cannot do it, unfortunately. So it sucks because I'm upset because we were gonna have a crazy argument, I'm sure. I was gonna argue with Kata and Atreus and whatnot. You know? That doesn't make sense. How will they ban you though? Okay, so I've explained this every time. I'm gonna explain this yet again. Okay, so when somebody is banned on YouTube, if they show up on another person's channel, that person's channel is at risk of being banned for assisting in ban evasion. So not only will they get permanently banned instead of temporarily banned, but I could potentially get banned as well for assisting them with ban evasion. This has happened to some YouTubers before that have hosted people that were banned on YouTube that ended up getting reported. And the key thing is, since I am extremely hated on the internet, I don't like to give any people that dislike me any excuse whatsoever. So needless to say, if I were to host them, there would be losers that would report the channel for assisting in ban evasion. And yeah, that'll be it. Right? So unfortunately, we don't risk it. Yeah, Ryan Roger at the emojis in the chat, boys. We don't risk it. We just kind of just wait it out and move on to the next week, because they're only temporarily banned. So they're banned for 7 days. But they'll be back. They'll be back. They'll be back on the next SNH. So unfortunately, yeah, but there's nothing I can do. Literally, it is what it is. So yeah, that's what's going down. Yeah, RIP Ryan Roger at the spear emojis in the chat, boys. Spear emojis in the chat. Gone but not forgotten. Gone but not forgotten. Twitch has the same policy. I know. Oh my God! Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. I want to slap that girl.
At Bruce Fields 7009 celebrates 5 months of membership.
Yo.
Hypnotic versus YouTube ban police anime arc when?
Hey, never. I don't
Dad,
know.
I ate all the candy again. L-U-A-A-H.
What?
Uh,
Oh my God, bro. No,
No,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no.
Hypnocast.
No, this is no.
Hypnocast all the way.
No, first off, that's pretty. No, you had to ruin it with the fucking fart. You had to ruin it with the fart, man. The jingle bells was actually hitting. It was actually hitting better than whatever the fuck else people have been singing for the last 2 days. And you had to ruin it with the fucking fart? Come on, man. That was actually, bro, that, man. God, I can't get nothing, bro. I can't get anything. Anyway, all right, man. Listen, so anyway, that's it. ESG scores are at their maximum. We're fully funded. Like the stream, boys. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. So we're still gonna have a good time tomorrow, obviously on SNH, but the new Blackstreet will not be there. Sadly, we will have Obsidian though, so that'll be a plus. And we're also gonna have Alec Baldwin's finger, because he wants to hang out when talking about the Steam Machine. So I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. But yes,
Beautiful Zexall
make sure-
celebrates 14 months of membership.
Beautiful Zexall.
I've been a member for a year and 2 months. Keep up the great work
Thank
and
you,
funny
brother.
moments, compa.
Thank you, brother. A year and 2 months is a long time, bro. I appreciate that. Shout out to Beautiful Zexel. Thank you, sir. Will, been a while. Will's not a permanent member of SNH anymore. He is working a new job, and that's basically taking all his time, plus with his family. I mean, if he ever has a free time, he's more than welcome to come back. But yeah, he hasn't been a permanent member for a long time. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's basically it, guys. So we're gonna have a good time today. We got a lot we got to talk about, boys. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who's hanging out in the chat right now on this beautiful, glorious Friday. We got a lot that we got to go over. So I hope everybody has energy today. I know it's a Friday, so usually you're pretty hyped on a Friday. Me too. There's no waifu battle today. We're just simply hanging out, talking video games, boys. That's all we're going to be doing today. Chaotic Holy is in the chat. What's going on? Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Just make sure you guys go support New Blackstreet over on Rumble. Tell them I sent you, obviously. And tell them that I'm obviously better than them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Stop. I'm just kidding. But tell them that I sent you. And
I missed Chewbacca. I mean, RRA.
What? Are you comparing Chewbacca to Ryan Roger Athe? That's crazy, bro. I wonder how he'll feel about that. Yeah, go support them over on Rumble. Make sure you check out their streams and stuff like that. I think they're going to be specifically on Rumble, obviously, for a few days. So make sure to go hang out with them. All right, boys. Listen, let's do Bigot Army roll call. Who's in the chat right now hanging out with us? We got Ian Christmas is in the chat. What's going on, man? Dragon's in the chat. Jay Sims is here. John D is here. Handy is here. Voice in the Water is here. Great Ape is here. Ghost 101 is here. Bruce Fields 7009 is here. What's What's going on, man? Christopher Lloyd is here. Grim Harvest is here. Tenebrae is here. We got Blue Octopussy is here. Spiral Scratches is here. What's going on, man? We got Romanizer 24. We got I6969. Gilgamesh is here as well. Matthew saying, hello, please. What's going on, man? We got St. Hugo in the chat. We got Monkey Man 04. We got Dragatello in the chat as well. We got Signo in the chat also. What's going on, man? We got Draconic in the chat. We got Felstaff in the chat. We got Thanos in the chat as well. We got Nick Havoc is here as well. We got Old Man Cad. What's going on, man? We got Dev versus Code in the chat as well. We got Titan Was here as well. What's going on, dude? John D is here. Shout out to John D. We got Commander Sonak, a kicking Danitz. We got Magically MJ in the chat as well. How you doing, Magically? We got D Smith is here. Azrai is here. Who else is here? Okay, Bro is here. We got Odin the Dark the Third is here. We got Adrian here. What's going on, Adrian? We got, let me scroll down. Joker with all the J's and 1K. What's going on, man? We got Dade404. What's going on, Dade404? How you doing? Sith Lord Kratos says, just ban them. It's fine. Holy shit, boys. That's crazy. That is crazy. We got Pemby in the chat. We got Shadowbuster 2012 in the chat. We got King Too Tall is here. What's going on, man? Shout out to King Too Tall. We got Benjamin. What's going on, Benjamin? Let me scroll up. Michael Ferguson. What's going on, man? He says, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, brother. All right, boys. 4 more people. Let's go check Rumble. See what we got. Who's here over on Rumble, man? Like the stream. Don't be lazy. I know it's Friday. Like the stream, guys. We got Kurakami over on Rumble. What's going on, dude? Viovis is over on Rumble as well. We got Fluffy Murder Machine in the chat over on Rumble. We got Genetic Spore over on Rumble also. What's going on, dude? And we got, let me see, let me scroll down on Rumble. Life Ferret is over on Rumble as well. What's going on, man? Shout out to Life Ferret. Sonya is over there on Rumble also. And last but not least, who do we got? Let me see. Let me scroll down. Who do we got on Rumble? Any new names? Any names that stick out? We got Terminal over on Rumble. What's going on, dude? And we got, let me see. Let me scroll down. Raza's over there on Rumble. There she is. All right, shout out to Raza. Boys, and Mookie Dookie is here on Rumble as well. What's going on, Mookie Dookie? All right, man, listen. Let's sacrifice your fellow bigot army member. Let's get the money shot out there, boys. It's the final call out money shot. Who's going to get it on a beautiful, beautiful Friday? Who's going to get it? It is not the 5th Monday.
Hashtag
It is not-
Hypno got it in the bag tonight _bigot army wave fubital _bigot army hype.
There is no Hypno waifu. There's no Hypno waifu. Stop it. Gaming Wolf says no Epic Games, no Game Pass, no Sony at all, no woke gaming media journalist, full Gundam Shield mode, and no back to sender to go down by 4, which goes to Antran, Monkey Man again, and then Dev versus Code says, give it to me. Bro, that's it. We're done. We're absolutely done, bro. We're done. We're done. The money shot is supposed to be something that you want to dodge. And you guys are so fucking greedy that you're like the 5th person that's like, oh yeah, just give it to me.
Hashtag Hypneta.
There is no Hypneta. There's no Hypneta. No, you know what? Oh, man.
What the?
It really is getting ridiculous. I'm going to ban the money shot. I'm telling you. We're going to have to come up with something else. All right, boys, listen. We got a lot we got to talk about today. In all seriousness, man, PlayStation and Xbox, on a hardware perspective, it ain't looking too good, boys. Now, here's the thing. PlayStation, not so much. Xbox, looking bad. Basically, what's happening is Xbox is at, I believe, if I've read this correctly, but we'll go over it together. They are at the lowest that they've ever been in history in terms of like hardware sales. They are at the extreme low. It's so bad. They are barely selling any consoles, which is so funny because they tried to tell everybody not that long ago that the consoles were selling like crazy when they reduced the price of Game Pass recently. But we all knew that wasn't true. And now we're finding out that that's not the case at all. So it's amazing how this shit just goes from one thing to the other. Complete bullshit. But Xbox is at a historical low. And this is at the same time that they just raised the price of their Xbox $100 to $150, depending on which one you want to get. And PlayStation is down 58% as well. That's crazy. 58% in hardware. Now, I've told you guys before, it's in my belief that I think what they're hoping for is that Grand Theft Auto is really going to be that push in the hardware that they're looking for. They keep raising prices, and they're hoping that Grand Theft Auto is going to be the thing that's going to push their hardware like over the line. At least, this is their last push. That's how I view it. I view it as their last push because we all know the next generation of consoles is coming, even though this generation was a fucking joke, but we all know they're working on it. Like, it's not a secret. So I think that they view this as their last major push to really get these consoles out there. But PlayStation's already pretty much
1115 celebrates 37 months of membership.
37,
the Wookiee is behind the thing dressed in rainbows and the old man.
Get him.
They shot Zesty and Biden.
Troopers can't hit a natted while in one.
Get him! Panthera, get him! Get Chewie. Yes, take him out. Thank you for 37 months, my man. I appreciate that. Holy shit, yes. Now that is lore that I could get behind. Absolutely. Get him. So we got to talk about that. We got to talk about how it's not looking good, at least from a hardware perspective. But I think this is all by design. I think this is at the point where they kind of want this to go this way, because we all know that, eventually it's going to get to the point where streaming is going to be a thing. Cloud gaming is going to be a thing. They really want that to be a thing, especially Xbox. Xbox heavily invested in that. So anyway, we'll talk about that. We got a lot to kind of cover with that. I also want to talk about something really fucking egregious. Really egregious, boys.
Lady Sonia confirmed that Hypnotic is real.
What? No. Don't believe Sonia. Do not believe Sonia. Guys, we need to talk about Dead or Alive 6. Yes, we do. We need to talk about Dead or Alive 6. We need to talk about this unbelievable, egregious monetization that they're doing with Dead or Alive 6. We got to talk about it, boys. Because we speak about a lot of video games that do just egregious microtransaction bullshit. We need to talk about Dead or Alive 6 because this game is getting absolutely fucking crucified. It's getting crucified, and rightfully so.
Did you forget about Hypnotica?
No.
The blonde Dome mommy?
Nope. Hey, yo! Wait, why are you doing the clapping? Are you using a strap? I'm confused. This is not how it's supposed to go. You got it wrong. Blue, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. It's totally wrong. Thank you for the
be
5,
nice
though.
to Chewie. He stuck with you through thick and thin.
Fuck him. You heard what I said. Boys, we got to talk about Dead or Alive 6, okay? Because here's the thing. Dead or Alive 6 is so egregious, okay? Where they have...
I was told I am 1 in a million. I have an army of 8,000 morons.
Wow. Ron, thank you for the 5. Guys, they have 440 pieces of DLC on day fucking 1. Okay? 440 pieces of DLC on day 1. That is worth $1,700 of fucking DLC, brother. Let me say that again one more time. We're going to talk about it, though. $1,700 worth of DLC on day 1. It is currently at a almost 80% negative. It's almost at 80% negative. Okay. Now, this particular game is like a re-release, right? So this is basically content that was being sold in the previous game beforehand. But this re-release released today with all this DLC. And it just I don't even know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like $1,700. I don't care if the game's a re-release. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care what it is. $1,700 worth of DLC in one singular video game is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, we've talked about other video games that have done something
Dead
similar.
or Alive
It's
6
insane.
is what killed the franchise. Ninja Theory smoking something fierce and Lear nothing.
Oh yeah, they're smoking something fierce, all right. Now I believe this is for their 30th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. But the game is called Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. We're gonna talk about it anyway. We'll go over it. So that's one of the topics that we got to go over. But it's fucking insane. It really is. I can't believe it. I mean, I can and I also can't. We also got to talk about. We got PlayStation deleting over 500 movies from people's libraries that they paid for. Not the first time this has happened, and guess what? It's not going to be the last. PlayStation deleting 551 movies from customers' accounts that they paid money for. There's that. That's a lot of fun. And are they going to get a refund? Nope. Nope, absolutely not. Why would you even think that? And another big story when it comes to PlayStation. Seems like PlayStation's in the news everywhere today. We need to talk about this. Is it even a double down at this point? It's not even a double down at this point. This is more like a quadruple down at this point. I don't know if you guys saw the statement from PlayStation. I guess Chewy saw it, I suppose. He's probably not happy with it either. Let's be real. Let's be real. He's probably not happy with it
Mondays are great.
No, they're not. Stop lying, Sonia. I keep saying stop lying. Guys, Sony has quadrupled down on the live service nonsense. And when you see what they said, it is truly fucking mind-blowing. These people have they literally openly admit that the live service how do I put it? The live service, like the chasing of live service video games has not been fruitful for the most part. Like on average, it's been actually pretty bad. But they're like, yeah, no, we still believe this is the way to go. We still believe, like, this is what people want. This is what gamers want, bro. Oh, my God, bro. And, you know, it's at the end of the day, yes, I think the majority of hardcore gamers don't like live service games. But I think that we are probably ignoring the reality of...
You would think with the lack of good games this gen that both PlayStation and Xbox would hold off on a new gen, especially with the RAM shortage due to the AI crap.
Yeah,
but what do I know?
They're not doing that. They're not doing that whatsoever. Sith Lord, thank you for the 10. Yeah, you would think so, but they're not doing that. They are so they're so desperate. Like, it's weird, dude. It's weird, bro. Like they want that Fortnite so bad. They want that Fortnite so bad, but they just it's like it doesn't matter how much it costs them. It doesn't matter how many studios close. It doesn't matter how much money they spend. Like they will chase this and keep chasing it until the end of time. And I think part of this has to do with Helldivers 2. I think they got very lucky with Helldivers 2, especially on the PC platform. And I think that is that was their crack, bro. I think that was their crack. And now, since they got a little taste of what a successful live service video game looks like for them, they cannot let this shit go. They are quadrupling down, and they're like, yup, we are just going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing this until we fucking can't do it anymore. So anyway, we're going to talk about that because it's insane. Like, it just shows where this industry is at, where the mindset it's at. And the mindset is exactly where we've been saying the mindset's been at for a while. And yet they try to tell you, like, no, that's not true. That's not true. No, but it is true. It is true. We got some side stories, too. We got some shillery for Grand Theft Auto that I thought was pretty funny. We got to talk about that.
And then Sony gonna cry their stuff get pirated.
Oh, they're going to cry all the time. Not only that, we got to talk about the Steam machine in terms of a couple of things. We got to talk about the reservations being scalped. Bro, we got scalpers trying to sell the Steam machine for almost $3,000. Yes, that sounds egregious, but wait, there's more. They're trying to sell it for $3,000, and some of these listings are actually getting sold for almost $3,000. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that. Not only that, we're going to talk about the fact that the Steam machine, they actually changed wording regarding the Steam machine. And I specifically stated, I remember when we actually discussed the Steam Machine ages ago, and they said that the system was going to be capable of 4K 60, and I'm like, I just don't see how that's possible. I think they shouldn't do
by
that.
Sony's hubris. They still haven't Herman fired after Concord, and now taking their movies away.
It's crazy. She couldn't say F him.
Sweeney is just fine.
Nah. Throw it into the fire. Even I'm not safe from lame live service hype.
Yo, the Kratos voice is really
You're
good.
wrong.
The Holden Dark, thank you for the 5. The Kratos voice is really good. So the Steam Machine was promising 4K 60, and I had said from the jump, I'm like, I don't think you should be promising that. I really don't, because if you look at the specs, I'm like, I just think that's not. First off, I don't think that's what people really care about when they're buying like $1,000 machine that doesn't quite make any sense. And number two, it's like, I feel like if you promise 4K 60, there's no way that the majority of games can do 4K 60 on a machine with those kind of specs. Like, anybody that's a PC gamer would know that. Like, there's no way. Even with FSR and all that stuff, I feel like you are really just pushing it. Well, apparently they removed that from their explanation about the Steam Machine. Now they just put 4K gaming. They didn't put 4K 60, specifically 4K 60. So you can still do technically 4K 30. You can't do 4K 60. And this is why, like, just like I criticized PlayStation when they promised, like, oh yeah, you could do 8K. You could do 8K on this thing. Stop fucking promising absolute bullshit. Stop it. You guys are, it's sickening. It really is. But anyway, we'll talk about that and kind of go over all that nonsense. Again, we got a lot of stories regarding that. And we got to talk about Bungie, because now we got the official number for Bungie and how many people they got fired. It's not 400. It's not 400, but it's still a lot of people. So we're going to talk about that.
The new gen won't have games. Controllers will be sold separately, and the consoles will cost $2,000, 'cause reasons.
It might be even worse than that at this point. By the time we even get to that point, by the time we get to like 2028, 2029, bro, consoles are going to be like fucking $3,000 probably. And we got to talk about Quantic Dream. Quantic Dream apparently is going on strike. Apparently they are going on strike against their management because their management is planning to lay off 115 employees. So I think it's safe to say that it's probably going to be those people that are going on strike. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. So that's it, boys. We got a lot we got to talk about. But before we do any of this, man, let's do membership train. We got to do a strong membership train. And then we got to get into the super chats. And then we got to get into the content, boys, because there is so much to go over today. And since we don't have a waifu battle, we don't got to worry too much about time. So let's hang out. Let's have a good time. And let's make it happen, boys. Let's light this shit up. Membership train. Can we make it green in here? Or even on Rumble? What color is Rumble? Rumble's like what? Like a light green? Or like a... I know you guys turned red when you're members. I think it's like a light green. Let's make it happen, boys. Membership train emojis in the chat. Let's go.
Ladies and
train
gentlemen,
emojis. Get on the train.
All aboard.
Get on the train. Let's go.
The membership train. Chat lights up. First spark, first flame. Name after name. Rushing down the frame. Midnight code. Hypnocast alive. Every little
damn, even Toxin's dropping memberships. Toxin dropped a membership on YouTube. Biovis dropped 5 memberships over on Rumble. Thank you, sir. Debo dropped 5 memberships over on YouTube. Shout out to Debo. Thank you for that, my man. Ian Christmas dropped the membership on YouTube. Shout out. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that very, very much, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The train has been ran. Your booty holes have been destroyed. Let's get into it, boys. Frozen Dark with the 5. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Captain Killer Guns dropping the 5 as well. Thank you, sir. D-Draconic dropping a 10. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, sir. Great Ape with the 2. Thank you, sir. Adair Soto with the 2. Thank you, sir. Frozen Dark with the 5. I appreciate that. Bruce Field for 5 months, man. That is a long time. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. ACC with an NOK 50. I appreciate it. Beautiful Zexel, 14 months, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Benjathan with the 2. I appreciate that, my man. Great Ape with another 2. Thank you, sir. And then Benjathan with another 2. Thank you, sir. Panthera, 37 months.
Holy shit.
That is insane. Thank you, Panthera. I appreciate that, man. Benjathan with the 2. Thank you, sir. Blue Octopussy with the 5. Appreciate it. Deidre Connick with another 5. Thank you. Ron DFK with a 537. Definitely an interesting number. Thank you. Odin Dark with the 5. Thank you. Froden Dark with another 5. Thank you. Sith Lord Kratos with the 10. Appreciate that. Kicking Donuts with the 2. Thank you, sir. Mr. Melancholy with the 5. Thank you, sir. Odin Dark with the 5. Thank you. Sith Lord Kratos with another 5. Thank you. Toxin with a membership. Thank you, my man. And then we got Debo snatching 5 of your fucking chains in the chat with 5 memberships. 4 memberships!
At Vigil_Antiac celebrates 10 months of membership. What do you call a dog with no legs? Doesn't matter, he won't come anyway.
Vigilante up 10 months. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Vigilante up. That's a long time. Hey, Debo, 5 memberships. He was the first one of the stream. Damn, Debo is summoning Kiryu? What world do we live in? Bro, that's insane. Debo summoning Kiryu. You already know what that means. Shout out to Debo. 5 memberships, my man. I appreciate that, sir. You are a legend. And then we got Ian Christmas dropping a membership as well on Vigilante up with those 10 months of legendary status. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. Let's go over to Rumble really quick. Over on Rumble, we had none other than Viovis dropping a 5 membership banger on the chat. 4 memberships!
At Demon Carol celebrates 20 months of membership. I don't know, Hypno Coffee or some shit hashtag is going on for say days.
Demon Carol, thank you for the 20 months. That is a long fucking time.
Bo summoning ear you. We truly are in the bad timeline.
Hey, man, Debo can summon Kiryu. It's all good, man. It's all good. Thank you for the jewels, by the way. I see you, Dan Shihan. Appreciate that, my man. Guys, just so you know, the jewels, they don't really get, like, shown. It's very hard to see them. Unless I'm directly looking at the screen at the time, it's very hard to see them. So if I miss them, I apologize. But I just saw that one, so thank you, Dan. Appreciate you, my man. And I think that's it. I think we're caught up. Yeah, we're caught up on YouTube and Rumble, boys. Let's get into the content. First things first, okay? First things first. Boys, listen. I got to share something with you. All right? I got to share something with you. So, you guys know that I don't really collect Lego like that. Right? I don't really collect Lego like that. But I started collecting Lego, some of it anyway, when they started doing anime stuff that wasn't like Pokemon. So, because like Lego really didn't do anime like that. Unless it was Pokemon. So I started collecting like the One Piece sets.
What do you say to a cowardly gardener? Grow a bear.
Oh my god. Stop. Odin Dark, thank you for the 5. Benjamin, thank you for the 2. Crazy bastards. Listen, so I saw something online. That's how the addiction starts. Listen, it's going to be really bad. That's why I'm telling you about it now. I'm telling you about it now, so nobody's surprised by this. It's going to be on my manga channel whenever it happens. Boys. So we've lost him. Oh yeah, you probably have already. Guys, this picture I'm going to show you is AI. I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't matter. The point is, it's been leaked. It's been leaked, okay? That apparently they are going to have a Dragon Ball Z Lego set. A Dragon Ball Z Lego set. Did I get disconnected? Hold on, it's gonna connect back. Give it a second. Give it a second. It's gonna connect back. It's gonna connect back. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we back? Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it does that. OBS has been fucking up so bad. It's crazy. Anyway. Sorry, Epic Mike is playing Devil May Cry, and I'm going to watch. Okay. Go ahead. Go watch Devil May Cry. Have fun. That's weird. I'm back. Thank you, Wizard. So yeah, so they announced that they are going to be releasing a Dragon Ball Z Lego set. That's pretty epic. That's pretty epic. Now this picture, this is a fake picture. This is like, I don't think this is real at all, obviously. If it is real, holy shit, boys. Holy shit, boys. But I don't think this is real. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that I will be buying this. I will absolutely be buying this. They got me, boys. That's it. They got me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. They got me. They got me. Because, you know, obviously big Dragon Ball Z fan. I would be curious to see what the other sets are. I'll be curious to see what the other sets are, but yeah, they definitely got me. I'm gonna be buying this. If this is, again, if this is real. Right now, this is just a rumor. But the last time they leaked this, it ended up being true. Build it on stream, bro. I don't even have space to build the current fucking Lego sets I have. I'm working on that right now. I'm gonna make like a display case for the Legos, the anime Lego sets that I have, and I'm gonna put it on my manga channel. But what about the Gundam statue? No, bro. No. There's a difference between a $200 Lego set that I'm more willing to buy versus a fucking $7,000, $8,000 Gundam statue. Like, I'm not going to spend $8,000 on a Gundam statue. First, you'll get a set or two. Next thing you know, you're a Lego content creator. Oh, man. Should I make a Hypno Bricks channel? Oh shit, that'll actually be hilarious. Hypno Bricks. I'll even change up the profile picture to be like a Lego version of my character. It'd be so funny. Bricknotic would be insane, bro. Oh my god, can you imagine making a channel called Bricknotic? That would be fucking hilarious. That would be hilarious. Bricks and Hypno Figs, bro. Hypno and Bricks, some Hypno Brick. I don't know. I gotta make a Lego brand. No, but in all seriousness, I'm excited for this, man. I think that'll be interesting. Danny says, you mean 2,000? No way Lego slaps a $200 price on that. Again, I don't think this is real. But the rumor is that it's going to be $200. If it starts getting to ridiculous prices, like I think my limit would be $500, depending on what the set is. Because I spent on the huge One Piece set, I think I spent like $330 on it. So yeah, like I don't want to spend more than $500. I don't care how big the set is. Like that's when it's getting ridiculous, you know? You think you could easily get a minifig of my... Oh, probably. I probably could. I could probably get one custom made, most likely. I think it'd be pretty cool. But yeah,
Hypno,
this looks
you
cool.
were supposed to destroy not buying Legos, not join them, not becoming a Lego fanboy.
Adair Soto, listen, I'm not a Lego fanboy. I'm just an anime and manga fanboy. So when I see a Lego finally do anime, I kind of want it. I'm just telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you, what do you want me to lie to you? You want me to lie? No, but even I have my limits, man. Even I have my limits. I won't spend like some of the price. Like they want like how much they want for that Pokemon set? That big Pokemon set, wasn't it like 700 or something like that? Yeah, Felstev, I want that set, but it's so much money. I can't, bro. I cannot tell myself that it's worth it. They want like $700 or something like that for the Minas Tirith. I would love Minas Tirith. Are you kidding me, bro? That would be insane. But like $700 fucking dollars, bro. That's crazy. And I know, like, for Lego people, that's like nothing, right? $700, like, whatever. But, bro, I can't. That's crazy, dude. $700. I'm sure it looks beautiful, but yeah, the Death Star is like 2K. I'm sure. Like I said, I'm sure there's like Lego sets that dwarf that, but like I always wanted Rivendell. I wanted the Lego Rivendell, but I've never been like super into Lego like that to the point where I want to drop hundreds of dollars on it. I only started doing it with the One Piece stuff. But yeah, Lego's super expensive. I know. It's crazy, man. But anyway, so I look forward to that. I just wanted to share it with you guys because I share everything with you guys. Also, by the way, just a reminder for those of you that probably left yesterday because you were getting angry at the TTS. You probably didn't hear about it, and you probably won't be around for it because you're going to get angry at the TTS. But we're going to be
Want to see a woman lose it like a K-pop fan?
Oh, my God. We have another...
Sonia, I know you love my voice. Would you like me to sit in the room and read one of your seedy romance novels to you?
So you are like Atras with plastic crack.
No. See, the difference is that when Atreus is building something and it's related to Gundam, he actually has no fucking clue what he's building because he's not a Gundam fan. At least when I'm building Lego, when it regards to like the anime stuff, is like I actually know what I'm building. You know, so I'm not like a tourist building something, whereas like Atreus is a tourist building Gundams. You know, that's what it is. Anyway, so what I was gonna say is that for those of you that stuck around yesterday without getting mad at the TTS, we are going to be officially doing our $1,000 Steam giveaway. I was supposed to do at Christmas last year, but unfortunately, due to real life nonsense, wasn't able to do that right away. And at this point, I'm tired of waiting. And also, this is the Steam summer sale. So this will allow us to get as many video games into the hands of people as possible. So I'm going to be announcing the day pretty soon. And we're going to make it happen. This is like our third or fourth giveaway that we've done. So it's legit. In case you guys don't believe me, we've done it 2 or 3 times before already. And it's going to be a good time. I'm going to dedicate a whole stream to it. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to announce it on the community tab once I actually have like a day and time. So just stay tuned for that. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna make it happen. I'm gonna give away $1,000 worth of Steam video games. So since there's a sale going on, there'll be more video games in people's hands. All right, boys, let's get into the content. First things first, boys. Let's talk about what's going on with the Steam machine. Let's talk about what the Steam machine. Hold on, let me bring this up really quick. I'm gonna have to pause the TTS really quick because we got a couple of topics that I want to go over for the Steam machine. I'm gonna kind of meld them all into one. Okay, just to make it a little easier on us. You never win these, but let's go. I mean, bro, we're gonna be giving out so many games. And again, you can only win once, so it's gonna be good. Let's see, what was that? Oh man, Cad, what? Oh, you're talking about the super chat. Okay, never mind. All right, SNH is on Independence Day, July 4th, Saturday after tomorrow. New Blackstreet missing week sucks. Yeah, I mean, again, there's nothing I could do. Nothing I could do, boys. All right, like the stream. Let's get it going. Thank you again for all the donos. Appreciate that, guys. No waifu battle today. We're still trying to get tier 1 and tier 2. It's a lot harder when we don't do waifu battles, but no waifu battle today or tomorrow. And Sunday and Monday are the last 2 battles of our tournament. Just an FYI. It's the last 2 battles of our tournament, so we will have the final battle on Monday. All right, let's get into it. Pausing TTS. Guys, we got to talk about the Steam machine. All right, we got to talk about the Steam machine because there's a couple of things going down with the Steam machine that I think people need to know about. First things first, when the Steam machine was first announced and the specs were first shown, you know, I specifically stated on my streams that I just don't see how this is going to be possible. The Steam machine was essentially saying that they were going to be able to provide 4K 60 FPS with FSR, right? And even with FSR, looking at the specs, I just didn't see how that was going to be possible. And it's not that I thought Valve was lying to their customers. I just think that they were overshooting their shot, personally. And I'm tired of tech companies doing that because, you know, PlayStation did the same thing. When they first released the PS5, everybody remembers it had that golden badge on the PlayStation 5 promising 8K. Like the game was going to be able to do 8K. And then the system was going to be able to do 8K, and then come to find out it was like one video game that they were able to do 8K with or something along those lines. I'm just tired of it because it leads to a false precedence for people that, anybody that knows anything about hardware, you can easily see like that's not going to be possible. So anyway, Valve was promising 4K 60 FPS when they first announced the Steam Machine, and now apparently they're changing it. They've actually changed it to remove the 60 FPS part of the 4K 60 promise. So let's talk about it, see what's going on. We also got some nonsense going on with the Steam Machine in terms of scalpers, which we're going to go over in a second. It's egregious. And what's even more egregious is that there are people that are actually buying it, supposedly. But we'll talk about it. So Valve has quietly changed the wording used to describe the Steam Machine's 4K gaming capabilities, and it may be a bad sign for the device. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now from someone who understands the hardware and understands the purpose of the Steam Machine and understands all that stuff. I'm going to tell you right now. If you're buying the Steam Machine to try to get 4K gaming, stop. Stop right now. Just stop. Don't do it. Do not buy the Steam Machine expecting 4K gaming. Just literally turn around and stop. Because if you're expecting 4K gaming out of a $1,000 box, whether it's your own pre-built, like your own box, or whether it's the Steam Machine, just stop. You're not going to get 4K consistent gaming with any machine at $1,000. It's just not going to happen. Just stop. If you want to talk 1080p, we could get back to it, right? If you want to talk, just, again, 4K, turn around and fucking leave. Stop. Get some help. Because it's not going to happen. Exactly. Especially since video games are optimized terribly these days. You're not going to get it out of the box. All right? 1080p is where you're going to be at with the Steam Machine at 60 FPS as long as you tailor your settings properly depending on the game that you're playing. If the game is a few years old, you're probably going to be able to play at 1080p max settings. If the game is relatively new and it's, AAA quality, whatever, you're probably going to be at medium settings. Most likely. So just, we need to relax. Let's slow down a little bit. Anyway, so that's just me being honest with you. You do what you want to do at that point. But again, just let's just stop with the 4K out of a Steam Machine. I don't care what Valve says. This is why, when people are like, oh, you're a Steam or Valve fanboy. No, I'm telling you that they're full of shit right now. It's not what you should be expecting out of their box. Period. Anyway, the Steam Machine has already seen some controversy due to its high price. While fans of Valve and Steam were expecting a higher price after Valve admitted the securing hardware was becoming difficult, having to fork over $1,049 for the base version of the system likely puts a new console PC hybrid. It's not a console PC hybrid. Jesus fucking Christ. It's a PC. It is a PC. It doesn't have a closed-off system. It's not a closed-off system. It's not a console. Anyway, these journalists know that, but they still purposely say the wrong things. Anyway, out of reach for many who have otherwise gladly bought it. Even for those who still intend to pick one up, the new information may make the Steam Machine less appealing. Why? Why would the fact that the Steam Machine can play 4K 60 make it less appealing? That means that you were actually looking at this thinking you were going to get 4K 60. Now, I don't blame you. Again, if you're like a super normie and you were taking Valve at their word, which, again, I understand why you might think that, but this fucking machine is not going to be, it's not going to be possible. On the Steam website listing for the Steam Machine, Valve has adjusted the wording for the device, removing any reference to frame rate capabilities, indicating that the device is capable of playing up to 4K. Up to 4K. You see how they changed the wording? Up to 4K. The new version seems to imply that it can't play in 4K on all games, and if it does reach 4K, the frame rate could potentially be subpar. Previously, the website indicated that the CPU and GPU of the Steam Machine would give it enough power to make 4K gaming at 60 FPS possible when utilizing specifically FSR, which would be considered satisfactory by many PC gamers. However, the page now simply indicates that it can get up to 4K with FSR 4.1. The gamers are already expressing concern about the performance of the Steam Machine, especially since the new Valve device costs over $1,000, and this change could drive more potential customers away. It's interesting that the problem is that people were showcasing the FPS of video games, and I was discussing this with Leon when we were playing Lords of the Fallen. People are showcasing right now online the FPS of certain video games like Cyberpunk, for example, in order to shit on the Steam Machine. And they're like, yeah, the Steam Machine can only run Cyberpunk at 22 FPS. And people are just reading it and believing it like it's nothing. They just like, yeah, they're just believing it like it's the, the gospel. But what they don't realize is that people are getting that 22 FPS number from Gamers Nexus that was purposefully running the game at insanely high specs because they wanted to have data that was equivalent with other machines that are tested at. So even though this machine is not meant to be playing the game at fucking like 1080p, all settings are max, ray tracing and whatnot, like that is not how the game was supposed to be ran. They actually reran Cyberpunk at decent settings. I think it was like medium or high settings. I think it was high settings. High settings, 1080p, no ray tracing, and it ran at 59 FPS, almost 60 FPS at, I believe, high settings, 1080p. That's what you're supposed to be playing on. You're not supposed to be maxing out the fucking settings on this machine that can't handle that. But again, people will take the lower number just to do whatever nonsense they want to do. So anyway, now that you know about that, I think this is kind of messed up though. Again, we've criticized Valve when they do wrong, and I think this was them really doing wrong. I think they should have never made this promise. I understand why they made this promise in order to essentially try to, like, I don't know, like, try to make it seem as if they're, somewhat at a similar level of other machines. But at the end of the day, making that 4K 60 promise, you literally did the same thing PlayStation did, but with half the resolution. PlayStation's like, yeah, we're going to get 8K, no problems. Buy our machine. And then nobody could ever do 8K with the exception of like one video game. But again, they slapped that 8K label on it, but you know what they did after that? They took the label off. PlayStation took that 8K label off their boxes. It really is bad, man. You guys are fucking idiots for doing that shit. Now that we're talking about that, let's talk about this. The Steam machine reservations are being scalped for insane prices. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you really quick, just an FYI, I personally got denied for a Steam machine. I got denied for both. I will not be getting a Steam machine for a long time because it's in my belief, and I've come up with this theory. I'm one of the first people to really, I guess, say this from what I could see. I talked to Oh No, It's Alex about this. He didn't even think about this. It's in my belief that I think that they are purposely prioritizing people with lesser machines, not as powerful PCs. I think they're prioritizing those people for the Steam machine than people with stronger computers. I've seen a lot of people with actual decent PCs getting turned down, and then people with like not that great PCs getting accepted. Now, this is not across the board. This is not across the board. Obviously, I'm not saying it's gospel, but that's what I think is going on because they have access to your hardware information if you let them give you that information. If you give them that information, if you let them have it, I think that that's what they're doing. It's kind of like what I would think is happening. But yeah, I got denied for a Steam machine personally, so I will be waiting quite a while for a Steam machine, and I have no problems doing that because I waited a very long time in order to get a PlayStation at MSRP. My only concern with waiting is that it is in my belief, considering what's going on with Xbox and what's going on to PlayStation and also what's happening to Valve, it's in my belief that when they do the next round of Steam machines, they're going to increase the price again. Because they specifically worded it that this is the price of the cost of components now, which tells me that the price will probably go up if they release it again after this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. But as of right now, I'm not getting a Steam machine personally, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to be able to game on my TV for a little bit longer, which is okay. But other people apparently they are not okay with it. Because you got people buying up scalped Steam machines, right? Let's talk about this. Scalped Steam machines. Now, when I show you these prices, bro, you're not even going to believe it. Or maybe you will, depending on how much you hate scalpers. Guys, there are Steam machines that are being scalped right now for $2,800. $2,999, $3,000, and it's for the 512 with a controller. So the 1150, whatever it is, for the Steam machine with the controller, They're trying to sell this for $3,000, bro. Not only that, somebody is trying to sell a reservation for a 2 terabyte console. It is not a console, so it shows you the retardation of the people who are trying to resell this. They're trying to sell a Steam Machine 2 terabyte reservation for $60. And there's 6 bids on it. There's actual bids on it. Bro, you can't sell your reservation. That's not how that works. They're going to take your money and run. So $3,000. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? Clearly. But the sad thing is that there's people actually buying the machine. Guys, this item is no longer available. It's been sold. $2,800. Somebody bought this Steam machine pre-order for $2,800, bro. This is why, like, when people are like, oh my God, $1,050 is so expensive, nobody would pay that. Bro, that is insanity. $2,800, somebody bought that. Now, again, keep in mind, guys, is that going to be all over the place? Probably not. Like, this is going to be, a few people. But this is why I say that scalpers exist, because the world is filled with retards. I'm sorry. Like, that's just what it is. The world is filled with retards. Where scalpers exist because they know that they're going to be able to sell, usually, this product to people like this, and it's easy money. Think about the level of return, right? Think about that. $1,050 for this machine, because this is actually, no, I'm sorry, this is the controller. So whatever, like $1,150 for this machine. This guy made more than double his money. More than double his money. It's insane. So, in any case, I saw this and I'm like, dude, this is absolutely wild. But it's going to keep happening. Like, look at this. Look at these listings. $2,899, $2,700, $1,950 with no controller. Look at this, bro. This is crazy. This is the world we live in, man. So, unfortunately, what this is also going to do is this is going to have companies like Valve. They're going to look at this and they're going to say, scalpers are selling our system that we just got yelled at for selling it at $1,050, and they're selling our system for almost $3,000. Guess what that means? The next one is going to go up in price. It brings me right back to my point before. They're going to be like, well, that's money that we could keep in our pockets. If there's people out there willing to pay that kind of price for those systems, depending on how many sell, shit, we might raise the price of our systems another couple $100, try to sneak in some money, some extra money. It's insane. You think PlayStation didn't learn that? Do you guys remember that when PlayStation first came out, for the first 2 years, it was so difficult to get a PlayStation because of scalpers? That's why I waited so long. I purposely waited. I don't know how long I waited. I know it was years. I waited a long time until I could get a PlayStation at $500 or whatever the MSRP was at the time. I would not fucking pay a scalper. I absolutely refused. Those are Steam employees scalping. Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, it's like I refuse to pay a scalper for anything. I don't care personally. So, but yeah, that's basically it, boys. Crazy stuff. And yeah, I just can't believe they're being bought. That's really what it is. I'm sure the number's going to go drastically down. I'm sure it's probably going to level out to about 1,500 to 2,000 if I had to imagine. Right now, the scalpers are trying to get as much as they can while it's hot, but I'm sure it's going to go down quite a bit. But even so, even if it goes down, it doesn't matter. It's beyond egregious at this point. So anyway, that's basically it. You happy, you're smart with your money? Yeah, seriously. Please don't pay a scalper. I don't know how many times I got to say this. Never pay a fucking scalper ever. All right, boys, we're fully caught up. Guys, let's get into the next topic. I'm going to keep the TTS pause. There was no supers that came in. Let's get to the next one. Let me X out of this and this and this. Actually, guys, before the next topic, you want to see some GTA glazing? That's always fun. You guys want to watch some GTA glazing? Let's check this out. Check this out, boys. This is crazy. Look at this. I don't even know who this is. Who is this? Amiri King. Quote tweeting this, I guess. Honestly, today just killed any hype I had for this game. This shit is so anti-consumer. It's fucking insane. Complaining about the Ultimate Edition and stuff. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. Rockstar spent well over $1 billion in more than a decade bringing you this game. It is the most expensive game in history with the largest development team ever. More than 7,000 people worked on this and they all need to be paid. Rockstar isn't a charity. You've had 13 years to save up $100. Stop being a bitch.
Holy shit.
Wow. This is some next level glazing. But it gets better. All the pores crying in the replies. Neo-peasants, bro. Bro. Imagine. Nah, bro. This is crazy. Imagine. Yeah, he sounds like DJ. Imagine, like, trying. I don't even know what to even say right now. My brain is literally fried reading this. Imagine trying to, like, pass off your superiority to other people based on your ability to buy a $100 video game from a fucking massive corporation like Rockstar. Imagine that. Yeah, it's a lot of Pokemon energy. If you're a broke boy, just say so. Yeah, exactly. Bro, but the Neo peasants is crazy. It's too expensive. Start a GoFundMe about it, bitch ass. Bro. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
You know what's crazy though? Like, I understand he's being like inflammatory and shit. I get that, but this guy is absolutely like the mindset of a lot of super fanboys. You know, like when you have super fanboys, they love this shit. They love feeling like, I don't know why people get that validation from PlayStation and Xbox, where they feel like the more they can deny other people access to something, the more important they feel as a fan. So it's kind of like the exclusivity conversation where they're like, yeah, let's deny PlayStation these games. Fuck them. Let's deny Xbox these games. Fuck them. We only should be the ones to be able to buy these games. Yeah, and charge us more money. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's like, dude, it's so weird. It's a weird mindset. They can do all that, but passing costs off to consumers isn't always going to work. And I'm really surprised at the way normies are shifting. But people that are going to do FOMO thing, it's fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, again, when it comes to Grand Theft Auto is going to expose a lot of people for a multitude of different things, right? It's going to expose the people that say that they will never take part in any of these, like, pre-order nonsense or monetization nonsense. Like, there's a lot of people that say that, and then they're going to buy a $100 GTA day one. We already know that. They're already showing themselves. They're like, yeah, but it's GTA. It's like, it's GTA, so it's okay. It's like they'll whatever excuse. And I told you this was going to happen. I told you this was going to happen. Anytime you get this situation where a video game like GTA comes out, all the excuses are going to be made to play it. Right? And you already know that the anti-AI people, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be some form of AI being utilized in Grand Theft Auto. And once it's found, they're going to come up with excuses to keep playing the game. They're going to be like, well, it's, you know, it's GTA. It's crazy, man. And you'll get people, especially like, who are like, I don't play anything that even has a lickety-splickety of wokeness in it. You know? Some of those people are also going to be called hypocrites because they're going to be out there playing the game. And they're going to come up with excuses and be like, yeah, well, it's GTA, so it's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy stuff, boys. Crazy stuff. Most people will bitch about the price, but it'll drop money as soon as... Yeah, that's exactly, Blackheart. That's how it's always been. No dog shit take. You're wrong here. There's not even a disc. You'll own nothing and like it will succeed because it takes like yours. I guess you are just gay. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hilarious. It's already sold 39 million copies, and that was at the start of the day. Number one, that hasn't been proven. Okay, that literally was made. That was a made up source that is now being spread around by some of these yellow checkmark GTA accounts, but they haven't announced that. That has not been proven yet. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that it can't do those kind of numbers. I'm just saying like that number. I've seen it floating around. There's a reason why I'm not bringing it up because it hasn't been verified yet. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, it's going to do gangbusters numbers, and really, especially with the journos, I think the Access Media are probably going to have the hardest time trying to find excuses to justify some of the things that are going to be in GTA. Like, for example, if GTA does decide to make jokes at LGBTQ people and trans people, which I don't think it's going to do anymore, but even if it did, the journals will kind of try to find up any excuse to try to figure out a way to like justify it, you know? Because if people don't play the online when it releases, they will struggle. Maybe. Amiri's gonna enjoy his $5 X payout. Yeah, this is definitely master baiting. Let's just say that. The premium version of Gears of War Ear Day is $100, and I gladly paid it on pre-order. The collector's edition is $300. And I'm even thinking of buying that. People need to get fucking jobs and stop wasting their money on OnlyFans subscriptions. I'm waiting to buy GTA 6 though, as I heard it's gonna be hella woke. He's not waiting. He's not waiting. The whole writing team is fat white bitches. No, stop, bro. Stop, man. Stop. That's crazy. You know, one thing I don't like though, personally, online, and I see this happening a lot, is that yeah, I don't doubt that there's a ton of women on the writing team. Let's be real. Like a lot of these writing teams have a lot of women on it. But what I don't like that when they do this is that they'll take pictures that are for like International Women's Day, right? They'll take pictures for International Women's Day or some fucking stupid ass, make women feel special day, where the studios all get all the women together. They're like, hey, let's take a picture and pretend like we all like each other. They'll take those pictures and then they'll be like, yeah, this is the entire writing team. Look what's happening at the company. It's super disingenuous when they do that. I don't like because what you're doing is you're lying. You're purposely lying. And then what happens is you'll get people that'll take that, they'll prove that you're lying, and then it makes you look bad. And it'll make the entire conversation muddied because you're purposely lying. Like that's not what these studios are, So, but there'll be people that'll do that because it gets clicks, right? And it's really fucking disingenuous. People really got to stop doing that shit. It's really bad. But I get it. I mean, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. It is funny, but it's like, damn, bro. Like people, we're really trying to have a serious conversation about this shit. And you're over here taking a International Women's Day photo and you're making it seem like the entire fucking studio is literally this. And that's not what it is. I'll tell you this. The best way I can explain this is that these people on average suck so bad that you don't have to lie about the situation for people to realize how much they suck. Does that make sense? Like, you don't have to misframe it. You don't have to be disingenuous about these studios and how they act. You don't have to do any of that in order for people to realize how shitty a lot of these people are. Like, you could do that by being honest about what's really happening at the studio. There's no need to frame it in a disingenuous way. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm sure these people more than happily fulfill your shitty person prophecy by just letting them speak on their own. I mean, there's a decent amount of them that aren't fat, at least. Oh well, it's probably because they can't afford food. Let's be real. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I thought this was pretty damn interesting. Pretty massive levels of glazing. Oh, there's more. Hold on. Oh, I already. Okay, I already wrote that. Women shouldn't be allowed to game. I also find it weird that you have a gaming console in your kitchen. All right, this guy's farming. This guy's absolutely farming. I'm done. This guy is 100% farming. Absolute maximum levels of rage. He's farming rage, bro. Props to him. This is pretty good. It worked. This is pretty good. I can see it now. It's pretty good. That one was okay. Yeah, it was pretty funny. All right, let's continue. Pop says it's only console peasant at the moment. The Steam Summer Sale is going on, so I think I'll suffice for my 3K games, and then there's Power World 1.0 and Shrouded. Bro, Pop D, I'm gonna be so busy playing Power World with Sheepsidian. I told them once 1.0 releases, bro, we got to get on it. I haven't played the game. I've been waiting for 1.0 to play the game.
The scalpers remind me of Pokemon scalpers.
Oh, dude, they're so bad. Pokemon
2K
scalpers are the worst.
sold WWE 2K26 at $150 for the Ultimate Edition.
Terrible. Terrible. And they're all under the same umbrella, aren't they? 2K. But this is what they do. This is what they do, bro. You know? But yeah, bro is gagging on it. Oh yeah, he is gagging on it. But no, it's I can't wait to play Power World 1.0, man. I really can. I've been purposely waiting for 1.0 to play the game. Griffcast Power World. I might do it with the Sheep. Don't be surprised. Is this Sheep with his job? He has what do you call it? The availability of his time is rough. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to stream, but you know, or even if he can't stream, I'll stream it because I definitely want to play it for sure. I definitely want to play it. There's a mission in GTA 6 where one of your companions is to come out as heterosexual to her lesbian parents. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. You're still waiting for 1.0? Yeah, same. It's gonna be exciting. Is Power World like with Power World? How many people can you play with Power World? How many people can you play with Power World? Maybe I'll let the Bigot Army in there. It's the hardcore mode says can't wait for Power World either. Hypno, who you fucking what? Who am I fucking? Bro, you out here fucking pals, Mr. Hardcore mode? What is happening? Relax. It's crazy. 16 people. Oh, so you have 16 people? Okay, interesting. Maybe it'll be something after I get used to the game. We'll see. Maybe we'll invite some people in there, have some fun. We'll see how it goes. Yo, everybody point at Mr. Hardcore mode and just, I don't know, just point at him. I really don't know what to say. Just point at him. He's weird. We still like him, though. We love him. He played Counter-Strike. He's really bad at it. But to be fair, he's black. So they can only shoot in real life. Oh, God. Anyway, let's move on, boys. Let's have a good time. Let's keep going. Let's X out of that nonsense. Let's talk about Dead or Alive, bro. Can we talk about Dead or Alive? Real Life Fake Wizard says I'm down for a Bigot Army Power Word server.
There are no laws against pals Hypnotic.
Bro, first off, Real Life Fake Wizard, you won't even play with us in the video games we're already playing. You don't have time. You won't play with us. We want you to play. You won't play with us. You won't play. Like, I've been playing Gears of War by myself because you won't play. You're always busy. You're too famous. That's the problem. Every time I ask you to play with us, you're like, yeah, I'm too busy going on F&T, or I'm too busy, like, you know, hanging out with, you know, Critical Drinker or people that are way more important than you are, you little fucking peasant. I'm like, bro, you play at 1 a.m.? What are you talking about? So? Are you not a gamer? Can you not play video games late at night? Stay up? You can't stay up anymore and play games late at night? What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? Tenebrae says, oh, but Hypno, you have us, and you guys are amazing. I love you guys. You guys are always here. I appreciate you. Pause? What are we pausing? I didn't know you were playing Gears now. Yeah, I'm actually going through Gears 5 right now. And I also bought with the Steam Summer Sale Gears Reloaded. So I'm gonna play that as well. We're gonna do E-Day co-op. We are gonna do E-Day co-op. That we are gonna do. In all seriousness, we are gonna do that. But I'm playing Gears 5 because I never got to play it. And I also wanted to check out Reloaded to see how the remaster is and whatnot. So, but yeah, I'm focusing on Gears 5 right now because I haven't played that yet. So I'm going through that campaign right now. You said Reach? I already beat Reach. I beat Halo Reach already. I'm playing through Halo Campaign Evolved right now, Anniversary Edition. I would play Reloaded with you. We could do co-op. Oh, we could do that. I'm down. Hypno sucks again. Why again? He's old. I'm not old. I am old. Yeah, I am old. Respectfully. Tell me when you want to do Reloaded. We can stream co-op. Yeah, I'm down. We'll figure out a day. Let me get through Gears 5 first, and then we'll play Reloaded. It's a date now. It is a date. Guys, I got asked out on a date by real life fake wizard, and I accept it. I have friends. I have friends. All right, boys. Let's talk about. Listen, all seriousness. Let's talk about Dead or Alive, because it is egregious. It's egregious. Guys, if you haven't seen Dead or Alive, they have brought back the game, okay? They brought back the game Dead or Alive 6. And people are absolutely destroying this game, and rightfully so. Now, I just want to be very clear. I understand this is them bringing back the game. Like, this is Dead or Alive 6 last round, I believe the name of the game is. But I don't care, okay? Like, this is like, I just want to be very clear. I don't care. I don't care if this is them bringing back a game that's already had all this content. I don't care if this is a brand new video game. I don't care if this game never existed before. What I'm telling you is that this level of monetization, and I know this is I know this is like something that's consistent with Dead or Alive, and I know like people have complained about this before, and I know I'm one of the people that have complained about this before with previous entries. I don't care. I will complain about this every fucking time that this happens, because this is unbelievably egregious. All right. So Dead or Alive 6 has returned, and it has 440 pieces of DLC that is worth, and I'm not kidding, $1,700 of DLC. And this video game has gotten so destroyed in terms of reviews that it's at almost an 80% negative review score on Steam. Only 20% of the reviews are positive. Now, again, this has nothing to do necessarily with the gameplay, right? It's Dead or Alive, boys, right? Let's be real. It has nothing to do with the gameplay. I'm just sick of some studios, okay? And I know Dead or Alive does this, and I believe The Sims does this as well. This level of egregious monetization, this level of just flat out greed is unbelievable. It is sickening. And to see any video game, I don't care what it is, any video game having $1,700 worth of DLC is insane to me. It is like next level egregious nonsense that I could just never, like, I'm not saying don't play the game. Obviously, you want to play the game, play the game. I don't care. But what I am saying is that this is what happens when you have whales that are buying this shit. Because the truth is, they would only do this if they feel like they can actually get the money. And they can get the money. That's the sad part. Like, this kind of DLC, when you have this much DLC, I mean, there's people, we did a story a few months ago about a guy who dropped like $30,000 to $60,000. I think it was like $35,000. He dropped $35,000 on NBA 2K in just a couple of months. It's just a couple of months. So think about that, right? So you have people out there that $1,700 in DLC is going to be like whatever for them, as long as they can get, you know, all this stuff that they want in their favorite game. But again, guys, $1,700 is wild, right? So let's kind of go over this and see what's happening here. Dead or Alive is staging a comeback for the 30th anniversary of the fighting series, but judging by the response from players, the first stage of that return is Dead on Arrival, which we're going to look at the Steam numbers in a second. Dead or Alive 6 last round was launched with $1,700 worth of DLC, and very few of the features fighting game fans have come to expect from the genre, and it's taking an absolute feltoning in the Steam reviews. So speaking of Steam reviews, I have the numbers right here, just kind of give you an idea, right? Let me refresh so it's accurate. So right now, it's at 25.81% positive reviews. So basically like 75% negative, okay? 487 people playing the game right now. 1,037 is the peak 2 days ago. It's the peak 2 days ago, so it's already going down. It's bad. It's really bad. Full Metal says it's just costumes. Doom says, yeah, it's mostly costumes. Okay, so yes, I know that. That's fine. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's fine. I get it. Okay, I get it that it's just costumes. I get it that it's just cosmetic stuff. The point is, at what point do we admit that these studios are working on costumes and content, whether it's cosmetic or not. They're working on this content, and some of it was probably available early on. They work all this content that they're working on, and none of it's available to you unless you're spending money until the point where you're at $1,700. It's crazy, bro. Like, I get it. It's all cosmetics. I get it. That's why I said, you want to buy the game for the gameplay? Go ahead. Perfectly fine. Do what you want to do. But I just think that it's absolutely crazy, this level of monetization. I also think that it's a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Predatory, in a way. I think it's a little predatory in a way. Because, unfortunately, we do live in a world where there are people that can't control themselves. And I think these studios absolutely know that. And I think they take advantage of that. And again, it's not just Dead or Alive. I want to be very clear. I know there's a bunch of video games out there that do this stuff. Like, I know you guys are mentioning in the chat, Train Simulator has over $2,000 worth of DLC. That's insane. I'm sorry. That's insane. I don't care how much you love Train Simulator. That's insane. But this is just what they do. And it really is very, very sad. So they're getting felted for it. And again, the numbers aren't even that great. So I wonder, like, you released this game with $1,700 worth of DLC. $1,700. You released more DLC and you have a higher dollar amount than you do concurrent players. So who exactly are you selling this to? I guess you're hoping that there's one or two whales that'll buy everything. It's probably what's going to happen. And then aren't they working on the next Dead or Alive? Didn't they tease Dead or Alive 7 during one of the showcases? Pretty sure they did. So what's going to happen there? Is it going to release with only 400 DLCs? It's crazy, bro. I can't, man. I can't look at this and say, like, yeah, that's okay. Again, I don't care if it's cosmetics. I don't give a shit. It shows the mindset of the studio, where they're more focused on making costumes and making sure they sell DLC at egregious numbers than they are actually making content for the game. Imagine if they spent even half of the amount of time focusing on content and gameplay additions instead of focusing on costumes and stuff. They must have a lot of developers working on costumes to release this much shit. It's just crazy, man. Now, yeah, exactly. Like, I know they're going to have like a 95% off sale at some point. They're going to include all the DLC, at like 90% off at some point. I'm sure that's going to happen. It still doesn't make it right, though. It doesn't make it right. This is the content that makes money, though. Okay, I guess. Does it, though? Like, are you really making money like that, though? At 1,037 concurrent players, how many sales? Estimated 13 to 14,000 sales. How much is this game? This game's $40 entry. Yeah, it's a $40 entry because they want to get you on the DLCs. I don't know, man. I don't think it's making money like that. And I know Koei Tecmo. I mean, look, Koei Tecmo right now is at 85% off on Steam. 85% off on Steam right now. I guess this is them just nickel and diming any little bit that they possibly can from any amount of people that they get. Because even like with the fighting games, they don't really get that high of concurrent player counts anyway, unless they're like a super popular IP, like maybe Dragon Ball or something like that, or Street Fighter. That's fine. Or even Tekken at this point. Tekken's pretty popular. So, like, I get that. But, dude, it's like the least popular video games are charging the most. Like, how much in DLCs does Street Fighter have? How much does Street Fighter have? Out of curiosity. I know these motherfuckers got DLCs. They got 12 DLCs listed. 41 packages. I don't really know what any of this is. I'm sure it's nowhere near as much, right? What about Tekken? Let's see. Damn, Tekken's at 54% on Steam. Holy fuck. Ouch, man. That's rough. 33 DLCs. You got a bunch of characters, customization packs, and all that stuff. Still nowhere near as much. Damn, why is Tekken getting fucking wrecked on Steam, bro? But anyway, this is definitely like the more popular video games, obviously. So, what does Street Fighter do on Steam out of curiosity? Yeah, 72,977. It's got a 24-hour peak of 37,000. Yeah, so it's just interesting. The least popular video games are the one charging the most egregious amounts of DLC. It's actually kind of interesting. I guess because, again, they can't make the money on the sales of the product, so they got to make the money off the people who like whoever actually buys it. You know, Dead or Alive last round has 1,056 of DLC. Wait, no hearts left. I thought you were watching Epic Mike. Why are you here? I thought you were watching Epic Mike. Sims got all the DLC. Let's look at the Sims. I know the Sims is fucking egregious. The Sims got 64 DLCs with all kinds of packs. And these are not cheap. All right, look at his shit. The laundry day stuff. The backyard stuff. They literally just call it stuff. The spooky stuff. Romantic garden stuff. Bowling night stuff. Cool kitchen stuff. Mosquito stuff. Luxury party stuff. My first pet stuff. Perfect pet. Wow, bro. Stuff. Stuff. Laundry. Yeah, stuff maxing. This is stuff. Dine out stuff. Fitness stuff. Vintage glamour stuff. Realm of Magic stuff. Parenthood stuff. Oh shit, they got the BLM stuff. That's crazy. Vampire stuff. Strangerville stuff. Outdoor retreat. Wait, no stuff? Why no stuff? Get to work stuff. Oh shit, that's funny. Get together stuff. Well, they're not even called stuff at that point anymore. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. But anyway, I just saw it and I'm like, bro, 1,700 no gay stuff. I don't know. Is there gay stuff? Is there gay stuff? I'm sure there is somewhere. There's got to be gay stuff. Life of the Party, maybe that one? No. Paranormal stuff. Bust the Dust. Hey, yo. Let me see. Nah, I don't see any. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Oh, you know what? Is it Pride stuff? I don't see Pride stuff. You know what it is though? I'll tell you why there's probably not any gay stuff. You want to know why? It's because companies have gotten so fucking felted over trying to obviously profit off of the virtue signaling to gays that they started putting it in for free. If you noticed, they tried to charge you for LGBTQ content in stuff like Call of Duty and also Halo. And then for the last few years, they've been offering it for free instead now because they don't want to get accused of them trying to profit off of, because these companies want LGBTQ people to believe that they actually care about them or care about their social cause. So once the LGBTQ people finally got smart and said, well, you guys are just trying to make money off us, now they started offering that shit for free and basically taxing everybody else on the other stuff. That's kind of how it goes now. So it always costs them more than it's made. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So very interesting. Yeah, I'm sure it's in the base game, which again kind of goes into the point where it's all free. Well, free-ish anyway. Look up Train Simulator. Oh man. Okay, this will be the last one. Train Simulator. Let's see. Let's look it up. Train Simulator. This one? Train Simulator Classic. Let's see. 70%. All right. Brother! 1,320 DLCs? Wait, you motherfuckers riding trains like that? You guys riding trains like that, bro? 1,320 DLCs? 290 packages? Are you fucking kidding me? Bro, what is this shit worth? Like $5,000? Look at this. Store packages. New York, New Haven route, $9.99 at 60% off? Pacific Surfliner, San Diego, $7.99 at 60% off? Bro, who's buying this shit? Who's buying this shit? Are you guys really riding trains like that? I mean, you're probably not going to admit it in the chat. Let's be real. London, Petersboro to Class 321 Twin Pack, $15.99 at 60% off. This is $10,000 worth of DLC? No. No. No, bro. $10,000 worth of DLC? No. Holy shit, bro. And again, I just want to remind people, this is why these other, like when these studios study this stuff, because keep in mind, like they study this shit. right? They study this stuff. So they actually look into what other video games are getting away with, what other video games are successfully doing. They look into their monetization strategies. Why do you think everybody adopted Fortnite's Battle Pass strategy? The way that they had it set up, the way that they priced everything in their store. They specifically priced everything in their store so that most of the items that you wanted on their store, you couldn't buy unless you actually spent more money for more points or whatever that you actually needed. They made sure that they did it so that you always had to buy a bigger bundle in order to have enough to buy the item that you actually wanted. They would just shortchange it just enough so that you had to buy the next tier and spend more money. You know, so they all pay attention to this stuff. And I feel like these video games are the reason why other studios feel like they could get away with more egregious monetization, even though they don't go as far. Like, they don't do 1,300 DLCs, but you'll have AAA video games with $100 million plus budgets trying to do similar monetization if they could get away with it. You know, it's actually kind of crazy. iDog says hypnotic train simulators for trained hobbyists who don't have the room and the money to build a model train set. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that, right? I get that there are some things that people don't have the physical space for, right? Like, I collect physical manga. I totally understand if somebody wants to collect manga digitally. I get that. I don't advocate for that, but I get that, right? I totally get that. But there's a certain point where you're spending so much money on one video game. And I understand, like, I get it, but it's like, bro, this is going to go away at some point. It is. It may be around for a long time. It maybe even be around till some of these people die. But it's like, dude, man, this much money, $10,000 worth of DLC, I think that's crazy. I do. I hope that there are people out there that didn't spend that much money. I mean, don't get me wrong, this looks cool. It said it came out in 2015, this particular game. It looks cool, but again, that much DLC, I don't know, man. I also have a problem with this CS:GO. Well, there's a reason why I don't take, bro, Arepa. This is the reason why I don't participate in the CS:GO or the Counter-Strike 2 bullshit. What do you call it? Like the keys and the chests and the boxes and stuff. There's a reason why I don't participate in that. I just play Counter-Strike the same way I've always played Counter-Strike for so many years, free. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, true. Well, back in the day, you had to pay for Counter-Strike. You had to buy it one time, but still, like, now it's free. Like, I don't buy into that craziness. Like, it's insane. It's crazy how many people buy into Counter-Strike. Now, some of them will cope and they'll tell you, well, the reason why I'm spending this much is because I could sell it for more. You know, like some of the rare skins sell for a lot of money in Counter-Strike, but that's gambling, bro. Well, it's like basically like a form of gambling in a way. It's not actual, real, legitimate gambling, but it's a form of it. Like you can argue it's a little bit like it. You know, it gets people really addicted. That's one of the things I've always criticized Counter-Strike for, is like that whole loot box nonsense. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. Never liked it. Never will like it. It's just insane to me. You know, I remember the days where I would modify my skins. When I used to do mods, I would just download mods. If I wanted to change a skin for my weapon, I'd just download mods, bro. Who gives a fuck? Just download mods. But, you know, obviously nobody else can see your mods. Only you could see it on your screen. But who cares? I used to download weapon skins with different sound effects and stuff, especially for the AK-47. I would always do that. But anyway, the point is, I run into issues with this because even though this is egregious, $10,000 worth of DLC, I also advocate for people playing the game that makes them happy. Right? So, like, if this game makes you happy and you find happiness in adding model train sets and all that shit, I can't, like, even though I can't endorse the microtransactions, I also can't get mad at you if this is your only video game that you like and this is what you play. And it's such a it's such a tough, like, I don't know, give and take kind of situation because, yeah, if someone's happy, that's great for them. But then at what point do you say, bro, are you really going to spend this much money on one video game? I don't know, man. But there's some people out there that'll do it. So this is probably why they don't allow mods on consoles. Oh, yeah, for sure. Because they don't want mods on consoles because then people will not pay for the skins and stuff that they sell on the consoles. This is why the consoles are very closed. They're very, very closed, you know? Gotta support what you love to play. That's another thing too. Like if you really love this game and you love the developers and you love what they've given you and you want to give them $10,000, I mean, I don't know. Like who am I to tell you what to do with your money? But unfortunately, even though I can't tell you what to do with your money, ultimately what you do with your money does slowly but surely affect what other studios will do with their content and thus trying to get more money out of everybody else. You know? So it all goes in a circle. It's rough. Talk to the dudes who spent like 30K on MBK. Yeah, I said that before. There was somebody who spent like $35,000 on NBA 2K in like 3 months and then made a video about it, talking about it. And he's like, yeah, I think that was a bad idea. And then does it again. He does it again because he's addicted to it. It's crazy, bro. One of the games you own has 355 DLCs. Damn, Mr. Rouge. That's insane. Anyway, all right, boys, that's basically it for the Dead or Alive content and story. I just thought it was insane. I really thought it was insane. Let me resume the TTS. Let's get through the supers. We are struggling to get to tier 1, but we're going to try. We got no waifu battle, but we'll try.
Simply mid.
Fair enough. We got no waifu battle today, but we are gonna try. Chewy, why can't you donate a Red Boy, Chewy? No, I'm just kidding. Shout out Chewy. Somebody shoot him. Somebody shoot Chewy right now. Shoot Chewy right now. You rather buy a BMW S
Can't wait for Borderlands 5 to copy GTA 6 and get buried for it. Borderlands could never be worth $100.
You know they're going to try, though, right?
For boot stuff, smiley face emoji.
You know they're going to try, though, right? Like the
J-Shield collection trains cost hundreds to thousands of dollars.
That's insane. Listen, man, I know there's some hobbies out there that I'll never understand, like the price point to like justify the hobby. Like I'll never understand it. And hey, to be fair, I'm going to be perfectly fair. Okay. There's some people that look at my manga collection and they're like, damn, I can't justify spending that much. Totally get it. I totally get it. You know what I mean? My manga collection, I think now is I think it's worth, especially with the old manga that I have that's gone up, it's probably worth like $30,000 to $40,000 probably, right? Totally get it. There's some people out there that be like, I don't fucking understand, right? And when I collect my manga, I full on understand that is like not the norm for a lot of people. But at least with my manga, like I have something physically that I actually like collect, you know, and that I have that I could, you know, offload at any moment or pass down or whatever the case may be, you know. But anyway, we all have our vices. Yeah, exactly. That's why again, I think for me it's the digital versus physical thing, where I would be more inclined to collect something and splurge a little bit if it's actually like an actual physical item versus digital. This is why I'm so cheap with my video games, because like I would always buy video games 80-90% off on Steam because I don't want to spend maximum money on digital video games. You know, I don't want to do that. I'd rather spend as little as humanly possible to buy something digitally, you know? But then on the flip side, I'm currently collecting 4K, and I've been for a while now. I'm collecting 4K movies. Like I'm collecting older movies in 4K, remasters, all that stuff, anime. I'm collecting stuff physically in 4K or, you know, even 1080p, whatever, regular Blu-rays. Like I'm collecting that stuff because, especially after the story that happened, which we're going to get into, the PlayStation story, where they removed 551 movies from people's accounts. All that did was honestly tell me that I'm making the right move. That's all that did. So, but actually, let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll see if we got anything else. Let me pause the TTS over on YouTube, Rumble. We are caught up on Rumble. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We got 50, 52, 55, something like that on Rumble. Thank you guys. It just said I disconnected from chat. Are we good? It just said I disconnected again. And the crazy thing is not my internet. It is not my internet. It's OBS specifically. This is an OBS problem. Are we good? Am I back? I think I'm back. Let me click live. It says I'm back. Yep, I'm moving. It says I'm back. Okay. It wasn't your net. It's OBS, bro. I don't know why it does this. Your lag sucks. I'm leaving. Oh, fuck. Well, at least you're not leaving because of the TTS. Because that happened yesterday. All right, boys. Let's go, man. We got the PlayStation story. We got to talk about the PlayStation story. And then we're going to get into the Quantic Dream story. Let's go, boys. Two more major stories, and then we'll see if we got any other fast topics we can go over. All right, guys. We got to talk about PlayStation. Because PlayStation has decided that it was in their best interest to double down, triple down, quadruple down at this point. And it's ugly. It is ugly. You know, one thing that we criticize quite often is live service video games on this channel. You guys know that for the most part, aside from like MMORPGs, which I've always put in a different bracket, I look at live service games as an overall plague on the industry. I really do. Because live service games are meant to benefit only the studio that's making it and not necessarily the consumer. It is completely focused on essentially nickel and diming you as much as possible, while also pretty much offering you lesser content, but then selling you more content later down the line. They don't, at least with MMORPGs, they offer you a massive world to get lost in for the first couple of years. With live service video games, you'll be lucky if the content lasts more than 90 days. To be fair, it usually doesn't, because their seasons are now only 90 days long, because they want you to be in a 4-season-a-year cycle where they constantly are taking money from you with battle passes that they try to charge you, $30 to $60 to get. So by the end of the year, after 4 battle passes, you would have paid more than double what the actual game is worth, on top of sometimes paying an entry fee in order to get into the game, right? Like Marathon, for example, charging you $40, but then you have your Fortnites that are free. So it depends on what the game is. But regardless, it's only going to benefit the studio. And then if the studio says, well, we're not making enough money, we don't want to support this game anymore, they could just kill it. They could kill the game, and you lose your money, and you lose everything. So live service video games do not benefit anybody other than the studio. I'm not saying they can't be fun. I'm just telling you what it is in terms of who it benefits. Now, PlayStation is a studio, a company, whatever you want to call it, that has completely backed the mindset of live service games. Herman Holtz, the man who is infamous for being the reason why Concord was even a thing, they have decided to quadruple down after all their failures, and God knows they've had a lot. Their only real win that I could think of, that specifically with PlayStation in mind, was Helldivers 2. Everything else has been a massive failure. They have one of the biggest failures in gaming history under their belt, and they still are trying to double down, quadruple down on live service video games. So PlayStation ended up making a statement, and they essentially said that live service games are here to stay, and they're going to focus on them more than ever. Let's go over it and see what it's got. Kotaku wrote an article saying live service games have proven a near impossible nut for Sony to crack, but the PS5 maker isn't giving up on them. The company still sees online multiplayer gaming as an important part of its future. Now, do we understand why they have given up Destiny for Marathon now? Do we understand why they decided to ignore the hundreds of thousands of more players on Destiny? Millions more if you look at install base. They decided to ignore that and go for the video game that, as of right now, I mean, we are nearing the weekend, but as of right now, finally went back over 10,000. Bro, this game was at 9,100 concurrent players yesterday. 9,100 concurrent players yesterday. But they chose to go for that game over Destiny. And they're just fired. And again, we're going to talk about this in this segment. We're going to go over everything. But they just fired 300 people. Yesterday, we spoke about it. We thought it was 400. They said half. It wasn't 400. They fired 300. But it doesn't include any contractors or anything. So maybe it is more than 300. But they fired 300 official people who worked specifically.
How's your Gundam collection, Hypno?
It's garbage. It's garbage. I don't know why that went through. It should not have went through. It's garbage. They fired 300 people, okay? 300 people specifically working at Bungie. So with all that being said, let's go over their comment and see what they said. So Sony's original plan was to launch nearly a dozen live service games by March, which we already know what happened, right? Out of those dozen video games that they were supposed to release, they canceled 8 of them. 8 out of 12. Okay? It later cut that number in half. Of the ones that eventually shipped, only Helldivers 2 turned out to be a runaway success. It's been a long and messy road, paved with big, ambitious, and painful failures. The company may currently appear to be retreating from the PS5 live service pivot, But PlayStation CEO says live service games are still a key part of its future. He says, we believe that live service games are content that attracts users on a global level. So we want to continue to revitalize the market through both first-party and third-party content. How is it that you are going to be revitalizing the market by constantly failing? I need somebody to explain this to me because I'm not quite understanding. I get that Helldivers 2 was successful. I get it. But everything else that you've put out in terms of live service has either been canceled or has been unsuccessful. So how is it that you are going to revitalize the market by releasing these video games that nobody wants to buy? Again, I'm looking at you. What's the name of the game that's coming out soon? I forgot. What's the name of the game? Damn. Horizon Hunter Gatherers. There you go. How is it that you're going to revitalize the market? I have no idea. We believe that live service games are content that attracts users on a global level, so we want to continue to revitalize the market through both first-party and third-party content. According to Nishino, who said in a new interview with Famitsu, he continued, with live service games, it's important to continually provide something. The genre itself is relatively new, and I think many people are trying various things, so we also want to continue to take on challenges within that context. Now, again, it's ironic because this is coming from Nishino and not from Herman Holt, so this is literally happening everywhere. This is the reason why we have Horizon Hunter Gatherers. This is the reason why we have Fair Games, right? We don't even know anything about Fair Games. All we know is that they decided to exit stage left from being a payday-style video game to now all of a sudden being a extraction shooter. They're gonna make Fair Games an extraction shooter. After watching what happened to Marathon, they're gonna double down and say, yup, we're gonna make it an extraction shooter for Fair Games. When nobody even liked Fair Games to begin with, when we first saw it, it's like, what are we even thinking? I don't even understand. Anyway, so then Nishino pointed to the upcoming release of Arc System's Sony-published Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls as an example of the company still being very much in the hunt for new online multiplayer gaming success stories. Yeah, but that's not your typical live service video game, okay? Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, a fighting video game, is not your typical live service video game compared to something like Concord, for example, or even Fair Games, for example, or Marathon, for example. You know, and trying to rely on a fighting game to have mass appeal success that, isn't Street Fighter necessarily, and even Street Fighter, we looked at the numbers. They have good numbers, don't get me wrong, but compared to other big successful titles out in the wild, it's still not even close. Anyway, they're looking at Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls as another example. And while Sony's live service flops like the short-lived hero shooter Concord are now well known, its canceled multiplayer projects are just as notorious. Those include the Last of Us Online spin-off that was reportedly nearly 80% complete when it was mothballed, as well as multiplayer spin-off God of War by Bluepoint Games that Sony reportedly canned before eventually closing the beloved remake studio altogether. Maybe that's just simply the nature of live service beasts. Call a bunch of shots, watch a bunch of things blow up in your face, but eventually land on a handful of hits that make the whole thing worth it. You know, this mindset right now is exactly the reason why Bungie is not dead. It's exactly the reason why. Bungie supposedly is working on a new project. They say it's in incubation, so it's very, very early. I would guarantee you money that project is a live service video game. I would guarantee you. I would guarantee that game is a live service video game. Whatever Bungie is supposedly working on. And the only reason why they got funding to work on that project is because it is a live service video game. That is why so many of these games that are getting funding right now has some sort of live service element in it, because otherwise they're not even going to look your way. They're not even going to bother. It's only live service video games that they want to double down on. So it doesn't really matter if people end up getting fired, like Bungie, 300 plus jobs, let go. It doesn't matter. Again, this is not the first time Bungie has gotten fired multiple times. They lost $800 billion worth of value. They lost 300 more people on top of the hundreds they've lost in the past. This is not going to be the last time they're going to lose people. And I guarantee you, whoever's left, the 500 people that are left at Bungie, most of them are going to be moved to other places in PlayStation. They're going to shrink Bungie's size down to probably 100 or 200 developers. Guaranteed. Not only that, I mean, PlayStation is getting backlash right now because recently they just deleted 551 movies from customers' accounts, basically because of running out of a license or having an issue with the license or something along those lines. So they lost some, like, people paid for these movies and they're not going to get their money back. And they lost all access to these movies, essentially proving some of the biggest fears that people have, which is why I said before, I'm focusing on collecting physical 4K movies. That's what I'm focused on. Because relying on digital, while I understand you may not have space or whatever, relying on digital, it's only a matter of time before you lose access to it. But this is why they focus on something that is reliant on them to provide. If you have to rely on them to provide said content, they could take it away at any time. No questions asked, right? At least with Steam, the one thing I'll say about Steam is that whenever there was a video game that was ever controversial, they got removed from the store. If you had bought it before removal, you still have access to it. They do not take away access to that video game. But Sony, they don't give a fuck. When it comes to movies or video games or anything, they don't care. Like, they will remove shit from your library, no questions asked. So it is really a problem with the mindset of the company because they're chasing the Fortnite, right? They're chasing the Fortnite. I guarantee if you ask them at any question or at any time, any question regarding what they are inspired by, they're probably going to tell you it's Fortnite. What companies like about this business model is the nearly limitless upside. Single-player games are limited by the ultimate size of their audience. An individual game can only be sold so many times. But a platform like Fortnite can print money for years. That's the dream, at least. In reality, live service games are expensive to maintain, interest can eventually wane, and there's no foolproof formula for re-engineering the magic once it's gone. Well, again, even Fortnite cannot recapture the magic that Fortnite had in the beginning. So what are we honestly doing here? Chasing Fortnite and continuously to chase Fortnite, all it's going to do is lose you money. And I think that PlayStation does not care because they have so much money. So they don't actually care. They will continue to try to spark magic, not realizing that the amount of customers that are available to play a live service game is consistently shrinking. It's shrinking to the point where there's not enough players to go around. There's too many live service video games out there. And a lot of them, guess what, are free to play. So that makes it even more risky. Because if nobody actually joins up to play your game, now you just gave it away for free and nobody's even buying anything from your stores. So the risk is super high. But when a company has all the money in the world, they look at that risk and they're like, yeah, nah, it's fine. Let's keep trying. Let's keep trying. Who cares if we lost $400 million on Concord? Who cares? Let's keep trying. So, again, guys, this is not just a PlayStation thing, but PlayStation seems to be the most focused on it when it comes to live service games. And it's actually kind of sad because when I was playing PlayStation, when I actually enjoyed playing PlayStation, I enjoyed it heavily for their single player banger titles, right? They had some crazy, massive single player video games. Love them, right? That's what I played when I focused on PlayStation. But unfortunately, over the last 5 to 10 years, it has switched over to now becoming about online only, live service games. Even some of your most favorite single player titles are now turning into live service games, like they tried to do with God of War and The Last of Us. If they could, they would turn every single player IP into a live service video game IP. That's what they would do. And it sucks. So, it's unfortunate because now looking at their single player games, they are a shell of their former selves. They were a shell. They just are. I'm sorry. They're a shell of their former selves. And I understand, man, those fanboys still love them, but those guys are dwindling in numbers. It is pretty obvious comparing the sequel numbers to the first iterations of those IPs when they came out, 5-10 years ago. But they had some crazy banger single player games. That's what they were known for. Now, I don't know anymore. So that's basically it, man. Just seeing this made me let out a massive sigh because I'm like, dude, at what point do we just say, at what point do we just admit that this is not the way to go? But it doesn't matter. They have the money. They want to waste it, and they're going to continue to do so. So that's basically it, boys. They're going to double down, quadruple down on live service video games. So expect more live service games from PlayStation over the next couple of years. Probably a lot of them. Because if they have 12 planned for 1 year and they canceled 8, that means they're probably working on another 8. They just haven't announced it yet. The Sony peaked with PlayStation 2? Maybe. All right. Let me check Rumble. I think we're clear on Rumble. Let me just double check. Hold on. We are good on Rumble. Thank you for the donation, by the way, during the segment. I don't know how that went through because I had TTS paused, but I appreciate that, Rec Shop. Thank you, man. My Gundam collection, not that great. I have, I think I have 3. Yeah, I got 3 figures. That's basically it. But thank you for the 5. Jerome, thank you for the 5. Diesel collection trains cost hundreds of dollars. Appreciate that. Jason, thank you for the 5. Ultimate Doom Pool, thank you for the 5. DigiConic for the 5. Thank you. Jerome for another 5. And Arepa with the 2. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Are we trusting Kotaku? No, I already verified it outside of Kotaku. I already verified it outside of Kotaku. We're going to go over Tim Sweeney now. Let's cover Tim Sweeney right now. Where is the segment? Hold on. We might not be able to get to Quantic Dream today, but that's okay. We'll talk about their strike another day. Let's go over Sweeney Boy. Where is the topic for Sweeney Boy? Let me see. Because this man is losing his mind, boys. This man is losing his mind. Oh, here we go. I got it. All right, let's talk about Sweeney Boy. I'm gonna pause TTS one last time. Let's talk about this, man. Tim Sweeney coping. Yeah, he is a weird one. He's a weird one. I really don't know or understand why he just continues to constantly, like, Steam is on this man's mind so much. It's crazy. But anyway, let's figure it out. So let's start off with this. Where is it at? Right here. Okay. Guys, Sweeney, wait, hold on. Sonia says we're $88 to tier 1. Yeah, we're not making it tonight, boys. Either tier 1 or tier 2. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. This is what happens when we don't have waifu battles. We get felted. Guys, it's time to talk about Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney. I know. You're probably tired of hearing about this guy, and truthfully, I am a little bit too. However, it seems like he just cannot get Steam out of his mind. He can never get Steam out of his mind. The funny thing is, this guy has actually complained about this before. We actually spoke about this prior. We spoke about how Sweeney Boy was complaining about Valve having an AI disclosure for their video games when you put your games on Steam. They actually say to have that AI disclosure so that customers that buy video games have to see what the actual usage of AI was in the development of the game, right? This is the whole reason why we even have these disclosures that go viral every time the journalists want to attack these video games for utilizing AI, even if it's in a small manner, it doesn't matter. He absolutely hates the fact that Steam has AI disclosures. And he has decided to talk about it again, even though he's spoken about it already in the past. Desperate for Steam to make these changes, but Steam's not going to listen to Tim Sweeney because why would they? So he said that it is really irresponsible for Valve to have an AI disclosure. And then, of course, tries to virtue signal to the small developers and say that it makes it much, much harder for a game developer to have a chance of success, basically. So Sweeney Boy thinks that by Steam having an AI disclosure, that it's going to make it hard for a developer to have a harder time of having success. Now, I don't believe that to be true because, number one, there's been a lot of video games that have utilized AI, even in a small manner, have utilized AI recently and been massively successful, even at the attempts of the journalists to try to drag them down. Expedition 33 is probably the most recent one that I can think of, but there's more. They try to drag them down, and it doesn't matter. If gamers think the game looks good and it looks fun and it plays well and they enjoy it, it doesn't matter who's fucking online complaining about the AI usage. None of that matters, right? Yeah, even Crimson Desert. Yeah, Crimson Desert is another example as well. And the truth is that it's going to get to a point where pretty much every video game is going to use AI to some extent. So these disclosures are going to be on pretty much almost every game. So what, are you trying to convince me that nobody's going to buy any of these games because it has a little bit of AI in it? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. So he says you have to get this scarlet letter of AI attached to your product. Why is it a scarlet letter? You're making it seem like the journals complaining about it are like it's gospel. Like because they're complaining about it, then suddenly everybody should be scared. Like, no. Fortnite developer publisher Epic Games has been in the limelight for its creator stance on generative AI, and it seems to continue to be, as CEO Tim Sweeney speaks on the topic once more, specifically in relation to what he calls Valve's irresponsible AI disclosures on Steam. Now, again, we've spoken about this before, so I'm not gonna rehash it. Okay, even though he wants to rehash it, I'm not gonna rehash it. What I want to focus on is Valve, Sweetie Boy complaining about Valve yet again in a different way, where he says that Valve has a nice thing going on PC. He has a nice thing going on PC. Like, they must think about Gabe nonstop. Epic Games boss Tim Sweeney says, but they're missing out on a lot of opportunity without the likes of Fortnite and Genshin Impact. Guys, he's trying to say that because Steam doesn't have video games like Fortnite or Genshin Impact, that they're somehow missing out on a lot of opportunity by not having those. Bro, so he went from, we don't want to be like Steam, to Steam should have our video game on their platform. Bro, that must be rough. I'm not going to lie, that must be rough. Steam could be the pillar of Team Open. They already are, bro. Do we not, guys, do we not find the irony of this? Do we not find the irony of this? Guys, he's saying that Steam could be the pillar of Team Open. This is coming from the same guy who is currently playing exclusivity games on PC. This is coming from the same guy who said he wants everybody to utilize Unreal Engine 6 and be under his flag, basically. Under his platform. Like, brother, you're the one that are making video games exclusive on the PC platform. You're the one that kept Alan Wake 2 from going on Steam. You're the one that kept Kingdom Hearts from going on Steam for over a year. You're the one that's doing all this shit. And you're out here trying to pretend like Steam is the reason why they're not Team Open? Like, what the fuck are we doing, sweetie? What are we doing? Do you even remember what you're doing half the time? But much as Steam may be the dominant marketplace on PC, it's far from open one-stop shop for all the most popular games available. Sweeney, CEO of Epic Games, believes Valve is consistently shooting itself in the foot in the way Epic Games has managed to avoid so far, at least. But how? How? If they don't want to put their game on Steam, how is that Steam's fault? How is that Steam's fault? Maybe they don't want to put Fortnite on their platform because maybe they just don't like you. Maybe they don't like Sweetie, considering that you openly advocate for the fall of Steam every chance you get. You essentially celebrate every chance they get sued. I mean, let's be real. You're probably funding some of these fucking lawsuits going against Steam, most likely. But hey, I can't prove that. That's all in my opinion. But I'm just saying, like, you openly advocate for Steam to get taken down at any chance you get. And now you're mad that they won't put Fortnite on it, or like you don't understand why they won't put Fortnite on it. I mean, you don't even have a platform that has reviews that people can actually read. What the fuck are we talking about? Anyway, according to him, a noted Steam disliker, for reasons I'm sure are obvious, the fact that Steam isn't a more collaborative entity shuts out large swaths of PC gamers. They have a nice thing going on PC, but they reach what percentage of the PC audience, he told PC Gamer. What percentage do you reach, bruh? What percentage of the PC audience are you reaching? I don't mean to laugh, but like, are we seriously having this conversation? There's no way, right? There's no way. When asked about Valve's place in the hierarchy, you know, they don't reach any of the Fortnite audience. They don't have Fortnite and Riot's games and Genshin Impact and many of the top games in the industry on Steam, he adds. Wait, hold on. Is Riot Games on Epic Games? Because last I checked, Riot has their own launcher for Valorant and League of Legends. And their fighting game also. So, is Riot Games on Epic Games? I don't believe they are. So what the fuck does it matter? Who cares? Do you have Riot Games on there? So why are you shitting on Steam for not having Riot Games on Steam when you don't even have Riot Games on your Epic Games Store? This is weird, bro. I don't really know what's wrong with this guy. I think he actually has Gabe derangement syndrome. He has GDS. We're gonna make GDS a thing. It's starting today. And Fortnite players, bro, so what? So what? They got plenty of other free-to-play video games that are on their platform. And with all due respect, Sweeney Boy, they don't have Fortnite on their platform, but you make $1 to $2 billion on Epic Game Store from Fortnite. That's what you make on Epic Game Store from Fortnite, your flagship title. And then you get the other billions from other consoles and stuff like that, like on PlayStation and stuff. So even with PlayStation and Xbox and your own store combined, Fortnite's making about $5 billion a year. $5 billion would it be? Steam's making about $20 billion a year without Fortnite. Do you really want to give them Fortnite? Do you really want to give Steam 30% of your revenue? I thought you didn't want to do that. I thought that was too much. Do you really want to do that? Because let's be real. When he says that Steam doesn't want to be collaborative, you know what that means, right? I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. He's upset that Steam will not allow Fortnite on their platform at a 5% revenue cut. That's what he's mad about. He's mad when he says Steam is not being collaborative. He means that Steam will not allow Fortnite to go on their platform without taking 30% of their revenue. He doesn't want them. He wants to have access to all of Steam's players, but he doesn't want to pay the 30%. That's what he means by Steam's not being collaborative. When it's really him not being collaborative. You know, that's really what it's about, in my opinion. You know? So, anyway, then he says that much is true. There are massive communities Valve is actively closed off from. In the case of Riot Games, due to being active competitors, both in general because League of Legends was started as a spiritual successor to the original Dota, and since Steam hosts Dota 2, they were never going to sit side by side. That's also true. That's also true. Dota 2 is actually pretty damn important for Steam. I don't really know what the numbers are looking like when it comes to Dota 2. I can always check, obviously, but it's very important. It's one of their flagship games. Fortnite came out only a year before Epic Games Store took off, making it unlikely the original version or the Battle Royale would ever be on Steam. The separation is frequently mutually assured, is what I'm saying here, but Sweeney looks at it differently. They're missing out on a lot of opportunity that I think they could have if they just took the more forward-looking open view that Epic has taken and Microsoft has taken. He says doubling down on what Microsoft charges to list games on the marketplace. Microsoft Store charges 12%, really good deal. Google's now giving all developers a better deal and has some really cool things coming. Bro, what did I just say? What did I just say? What did I just say? It's always about the money. This man is angry. He is angry that he cannot get 12% on Steam. He's angry because Xbox agreed to 12% to host Fortnite. He's angry. This is what it's really about. He wants Steam to bend over to him so that he can get access to their massive database at the cheapest price possible. That's what he's angry about. Valve could bring together Team Open, Sweeney argues, and help the PC user base flourish. Steam's got a pretty sweet business, and a lot of gamers love Steam. But imagine if you could have Steam on all of the platforms he uses. What if you could have it on an iPhone? What if you could have it on an Android? What if they carried a lot of games? Well, guess what? That's going to happen soon. With what's happening with ARM and the expansion that Steam is having, shit, that might happen. You might get Steam on some interesting platforms. So I would be careful what you wish for, sweetie boy. What if indeed Valve has faced a lot of pushback over the years due to how it handles its market position? But why? Why? Why is Valve getting pushback for taking 30% when everybody else takes 30%? Microsoft takes 30% from the store. PlayStation takes 30% from the store. Valve takes 30% from the store, and they're the devil. Why? Why? Because they're the most popular. That's why. And they're private. That's really what it's about. They're private and they're popular. That's what it's about. And I know that Tim Sweeney has had a big problem with Google and Apple. I believe he's even sued them and won, if I'm not mistaken. But he thinks that because he sued Google and Apple and won, that he can make Steam do what he wants him to do. That's not going to work, bro. That's not going to work. This is really what it's about. They're a private company, so if Steam wants to tell him to go fuck off, he cannot then do a hostile takeover of the company. He cannot invest in the company like we're seeing happen with From Software right now. He can't invest in the company to get a majority share to then try to do a hostile takeover of the company. He can't do it. But they're still the most popular company even when being private, and that's what really pisses them off. That's what really That's what I honestly think Tim thinks about all the time. So when he says they have a sweet gig on PC, it's because he wants that gig. And I don't believe, sweetie boy, for a second that this is about opening the PC platform when his own personal business strategies are literally the opposite. His own personal strategies are about closing off the PC platform and playing wars on the PC platform. He's the one that's doing it. He's the one that's doing it. It is not Gabe that's doing that. He's doing that. And he's still doing that even to this day. He tried to do that with Lords of the Fallen, and thank God those people were smart enough to understand that if they were to release only on Epic Games, they would absolutely die. They were willing to spend $27 million to buy themselves out of exclusivity in order to avoid dying on that platform. Think about that. So, anyway, Tim Sweeney, he's coping and seething, boys. That's basically it. Coping and seething, bitching about Valve, still complaining about AI disclosures, all this stuff. It's like, bro, Sweeney, focus on your platform, brother. Focus on your platform. My God. Tim Sweeney is crazy. Anyway. All right, let's resume TTS, boys. Let me check Rumble. I think we're good. I don't think anything came in, so I think we're going to be fine. All right, boys, we're pretty much done. I'm going to bring up one quick topic that I thought was pretty funny. I'm going to bring up one quick topic because I didn't get to go through it, but we'll go over this more in depth. We'll probably bring it up tomorrow on SNH2. But check this out, boys. Xbox has officially hit their worst US sales month on record. On record. Their worst US sales month on record ever. Ever. And the PS5 has dropped 58%. And all of this is happening. There's no hero tonight. It's okay. All of this is happening while Xbox just increased their prices $100 to $150. Isn't that crazy? I think that's insane. You could already hear Cassie. I know. I think that's insane. And obviously all of this is because they keep raising the prices. Now, I just find it to be funny because they tried to convince us not that long ago that Xbox was suddenly selling a ton of consoles because they announced lowering the Game Pass price. So that suddenly made people want to buy consoles again. That's not true whatsoever. All of that's bullshit. I knew it was bullshit from the beginning. The average price of new games hardware is up 14% compared to a year ago. How much do you think it's up compared to 2 years ago? It's crazy, man. Xbox just had its worst May on record in terms of hardware unit sales, while PlayStation 5 fell to its lowest since May of 2000 as consumers feel the impact of increasing prices. Since 2000. So he's still in the gaming crash? Kinda. I think we're still in the beginnings of it. It's got to be when something crashes, it's going to crash hard. And right now, it's a slow and steady death that's happening, but I think it's going to fall right off a cliff real soon. And I think like companies like Bungie is probably the start of it. When you see that many people laid off from one particular studio, especially a massive AAA studio like Bungie, I think it's safe to say that we're slowly going over the cliff. Slowly going over the cliff. So we'll see what ends up happening. But we'll go over this. It's going to get worse. Yeah, I agree. It definitely is going to get worse. We're going to cover that and more. I had the Quantic Dream story. We'll cover that Sunday. If we can't, well, we're not going to get to that tomorrow, but we'll cover that Sunday. And we'll dive into the whole hardware thing more on Sunday when we have some time.
Personally,
so we'll
I don't care if things use AI. These people treat AI like the fucking spawn of Satan. AI is here to stay, people. Again, this is just my thoughts. Anyway, have this, yo.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit! Wow. My character's broke. My character literally broke. I was headbanging too much. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Bro. Bro. I don't even know what to even say, bro. Zevin Cross. Zevin Cross dropped a $500 Red Boy Ultimate Mega Flare Hyper Mega Giga Banger. Jesus Christ, man. I need to know what clips you want. Like, right now. Right now.
We have ourselves a Red Boy. Hyper Banger!
Holy shit.
Bro, what do I even say to that, bro? That is fucking crazy, man. This man literally just, I mean, he did almost all the tiers on his own. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. That is crazy. Zevin. Well, relax. You gonna spend it on train DLC? Relax. No. We just spoke about that. Ain't no fucking train DLC. No. Manga? No, I don't have space for manga anymore right now. Yo, Zevin Cross, man. He says, give me anime girls and goth Asians. All right, fair enough, man. We're going to give this man what he wants. This man just dropped a crazy Red Boy Ultimate Mega Flare Hyper Giga Banger. We're going to start off with the goth Asians. I'm sure that's going to make Old Man Cat happy. Let's go.
Oh my god, it's a Red Boy Hyper Banger.
Zevin Cross, the legend! Spend it on Gundams. That's Atreus.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
I like how the chat is deciding how I'm gonna spend that money, and none of it's accurate. They're like, "Are you gonna buy manga? Are you gonna buy Lego Minas Tirith? Are you gonna buy marathon skins? Are you gonna buy plushies? Are you gonna buy blow up dolls?" Guys, come on, man. Listen, we owe Zevin Cross 3 more clips, boys. But first, before I play them, I want to say thank you guys so much for an amazing stream. I appreciate it very, very much. You guys are very legendary, as always. I hope every single one of you had a fantastic time. Please do not miss SNH tomorrow. We have a lot we got to talk about, boys. This has been a packed week. A packed week of just utter nonsense. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy stuff. Do not miss SNH tomorrow. Hopefully, Wizard's going to be there. You know he's going to buy scalp steam machines? Bro, stop. Stop it. That is not true. That is not true in the fucking slightest. Listen, man. Hey, I got to figure out how me and Wizard are going to do this date. We got to figure out how we're going to do this date. The only problem is, bro, my back hurts, man. I've been carrying Leon like crazy. Now I got to carry Wizard. It's crazy, man. Anyway, listen, guys. Seriously, I hope all of you had a great time. You guys are awesome. Love you guys very much. Tonight was just a relaxing night, just going over topics and then shooting shit, just talking. Guys, thank you for everything. I greatly appreciate it. And Zevin Cross, just, bro, that's really nice of you. Really, I really don't know what to say. Really nice of you, man. Thank you seriously for doing that. I appreciate. Pause. Hey, I didn't. There was nothing gay. I didn't say anything gay. I didn't say anything gay. When I said date, I mean like a date, like a date. Like I gotta figure out which date is gonna work for both of us. Stop being gay. There'll be beards involved. There definitely will be beards involved for sure. For sure, there's gonna be beards involved. And Hypnomods, thank you guys again. Sonia, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you very, very much for doing what you do every single day. And that's basically it, man. Sorry I didn't get to do Griffcast today. Again, just been so busy. I was out literally all day, which is why I was late today. But we made it happen. And I appreciate it, man. Guys, come hang out on SNH tomorrow. Don't miss it. And I will see every single one of you guys on the next one. We're going to play some clips on the way out. And like I said, please make sure to go support New Blackstreet. They are on Rumble. You know what? Actually, hold on. Guys, wait. Time out. Stop. Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you guys do me a favor? I'm going to link New Blackstreet's Rumble. Let me see if they're still live. I don't think they're still live. No. They're not still live, but I'm going to link it anyway so that you guys can have it. There we go. This should take you to their Rumble. Go subscribe to their Rumble because they're going to be streaming over there for the next week or so. So go support them. And tell them I sent you. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will see every single one of you on the next one. Until then, you guys already know, go be bigots and go be gooners. And stay to the end for the raid. That's basically it. Bye.
All right, boys, we have another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
All right, this is the last one. This is the last one. I hypnotic, cha-cha-cha, hypno, yes, big, strong, beefy man. He's got that pussy ready to pop. This man said perfection, brother. You gay as hell, boy. You're gay as hell. This man gay as hell. Tell you what, just like this.
Try to relax your anus.
And a little bit of a...
Your shoulders.
He gay as hell.
I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can't.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog or her cat was named Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck it, yeah, don't put a ticket in, make her lady gay. Fuck it, yeah, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, Sweeney, and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. 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 That's right!
Why the hell are you still here? Go on. Get out of here. Go play some video games.